Well, it's week 2 already here. Six Sigma Sim Racing Leagues. We find ourselves, of all places, we're in Germany, Hockenheim. Super excited to see everybody out on track tonight. We've got a pretty healthy field of drivers. As I go through my list here, I think I counted 27 or 28 of them, so that's pretty stinking cool. I'd love to see the full fields. So yeah, we're about to get into a driver's briefing right now, so I'll just kind of go through that and then we'll get on with the rest of the broadcast. Thanks, guys. All right, everybody, we'll roll into the driver's briefing now. Get a couple things out of the way and then give you guys some time to ask questions if you need it. So first off, welcome to week 2. Lots of familiar faces from last week and a few new ones this week. So from past and present, welcome. This is Hockenheim. If you didn't know, you've been driving it, so I hope you know better than I do. Looks to be a super fun track tonight. Lots of times are really close. Lots of good battles seating up here, so really excited to get things rolling. So as we know from last week, we are running essentially a best of 3 10-minute qualifying session here starting in about 5 minutes or so. From your qualifying positions, you will invert the top 10 into the first sprint race or heat race for 15 minutes. And then the finishing results of that heat race will then set the field for the feature. The qualifying and the heat races do count for points. Every position counts for points, and then the feature obviously counts for a lot more points. So every position counts and everything that you can. That was one of the big changes from last week as we inverted the entire field from the qualifying to the sprint race. Now it's just the top 10. So if you qualify 11th, that's where you start. Anybody in front of you, they're getting flipped. Outside of that, cars are limited to a 50% fuel maximum, meaning that you guys will have to pit for fuel in the feature, not in the heat or sprint. You have unlimited tire sets, and you have unlimited fast repairs as well, if you need those. So hopefully nobody needs any of those tonight, but I know I'm being a little bit too optimistic there because it's racing and stuff happens. But otherwise, yeah, just like to try to keep everything clean tonight. I'll be up here. I am broadcasting with Will again, my partner in crime up here, so it should be a lot of fun. Try to get that link posted in self promo or something if anybody wants to watch that chaos back afterwards. Yeah, looking forward to it, guys. Anybody have any questions?
Race control, I have a question.
Shoot, Daniel.
Did it hurt?
I feel like I know where this is going.
When you fell from heaven, you angel.
There it is. No, I hurt the ground, honestly. That's my job.
He hurt all of
Understood.
us that had to watch him and listen to him on the way down as well.
Yeah, speaking of Will, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Hey, just a quick question for race control. Was there a link to the broadcast somewhere?
Yeah, I know, I'm late. I get it. It's on my channel if anybody
just
followed me.
wondering. Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Well,
fair.
maybe Daniel. Daniel might.
Yeah. He's racing though, so we won't bug him. All right, trying to get the self promo. I love how you're asking people that are in the stream if there's a link to the stream, though. That is pretty great.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Typed in there. All right, everybody, rolling into qualifying. 3 laps. Best one is what we take. Good luck. Have fun. All right. We got our drivers all lined up here. Practice times were set. We had Morgan on the top of the leaderboards again, to the surprise of, I don't know, from last week, maybe 2 or 3 people, if that. Maybe they weren't paying attention. Who knows? Morgan killed it last week. So the fact that he's on the board again, even with Sean Ryan in the mix, is interesting as we see Sean is P2 on that board. A couple new names. Richard Hobbs Third fastest actually tied Sean. Both 137.903. See that? Isn't that crazy? That's close. A few other drivers that may or may not have been. I don't know if Brandon. I don't think Brandon Dooley was here last week, so I think Brandon Dooley's making his first start as well. And we've got some some of our reoccurring names: Leighton Norgard, Chris Dowden, Brian Beeman, Andrew Storzum, Evan Navonti. I think he's new too. I'm having so many people popping it out lately. I'm trying to remember. I think Adam is also making his first start tonight. Logan, Daniel, Raphael, familiar faces. Dalton might be new as well. Ryan Phillips. Last week he had a pretty amazing hold at the front there for a while. It was fun watching him tango with the big dogs up front. And all the way back. So grab some TV2 cameras here and check out what's going on. Will, what do you think tonight? How do you like being in Germany?
I left my passport at home,
Yeah,
so
you missed the
let's hope
flight,
they don't
didn't you?
search us.
You missed the flight. Good Lord. This guy and trying to go places is just not, it's not a mixture. It's like water and oil. It just doesn't work. Oh, man. Well, it's a cool looking track. I know you're not super up on all the things motorsports. You just like to hear the sound of your own voice, but Hockenheim got a weird little track shape up there. I know you've got your own control panel in front of you now tonight, so you can look at things separately, but it really is a
Oof.
neat little track. My favorite part is how there's like a drag strip right off of the final turns there. If you watch people take that final right-hander off to their left, it's like the start of the drag strip that they have right here.
Mm.
Pretty neat. iRacing drags racing? When? Question mark?
Yes. Um, Curious. I don't know that turn. I don't know this track, but both Sean and Tiago just had a pretty intense off track. This is qualifying, right?
Yeah, we're in qualifying now.
Okay.
It might
Yeah.
have been the
Oh man.
it might have been the warm-up lap, as it looks like Sean is now on lap one. So that might have been his start, little outlap, warming up to his
Mm-hmm.
first. So we'll see what happens here. Sean Ryan chooses the Lamborghini in his inaugural race, so that is the car that he will be locked into. May he fear the 100 points penalty this season. We are applying to drivers that do not pick the car that they started with in the beginning of the season. So it should be interesting. We'll have
I,
to be. Oh,
to be honest, I don't think Sean's going to be very afraid of much of anything other
no?
than maybe Morgan. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, Morgan had his number in practice. Morgan was 3/10 faster, so and that's a lot. I mean, I don't like when you start getting up into these faster speeds and everything like that, and these guys that really have stuff figured out. 3/10 is, oof, man, that's a lot. Oval guys would be freaking out about 3/10. Road guys is still pretty serious, but when your track lap time is somewhere around the 30-second mark, 3/10 is a lot more significant than if your lap time is, 1.5 minutes. So, from the chat though, DMZ looking for Kenny in the 69 car. Let's see how old Kenny Caution's doing. I don't see him, so
Oh, Kenny Caution.
he has not started lapping yet. So he's not out there. Looking at the results here, let me get qualifying sorted. So Sean is on the pole currently with 37.812, and there's Morgan. Speak his name and he shall appear. 137.631. It's a little bit less than 2/10 off of Sean Ryan's time. Richard Hobbs remaining in P3 right there with Sean when he was before. It's honestly pretty similar names to what we saw in practice. So Leighton gets himself up there as well. But, I mean, you can already see between a Leighton and Morgan, there's a second gap between the top 5 cars. There's a lot of speed right at the tippy top of this field. So it'll be interesting to see how they can hold consistency because while qualifying is important, it's definitely not everything. So I'll be looking forward to see how that all evolves.
And we had our inaugural flip flop last week.
Yeah.
With the qualifying stuff. What do you think? how do you think the drivers are going to feel about the change to just the top 10 flip flopping? How do you think that's going to go over today?
Honestly, the consensus was I think that this is going to go over a lot smoother. Simply because it does not put the guys that do not want to be in the front of the field right at the front of the field. The guys that are at the back and still
Right.
learning and everything. Um, some of those guys that tear through there pretty aggressively can definitely make it a little bit uncomfortable for some of the newer drivers trying to figure some things out. So I think it's more of a gentleman's handshake for sure. The top 10, I think, will definitely be racy enough to you know facilitate good stuff, the things we want to see, the tight racing, the good passing, not necessarily just a disconnect or people not being comfortable in the positions that they're in and forcing bad moves and all that stuff. So overall, with a lot less words, definitely a positive from the drivers tonight and probably race control too.
Right, right. Yeah, I can see the benefits in doing that and making it just the top 10. Do you think anybody's switched their strategies around? I know initially going into it, everybody was thinking, well, one strategy might be not to qualify at all, so that you
Yeah.
you start the heat in the top. And we saw, everybody's thinking, with the points penalty, there's no way to get a 420, a max score, and I'm pretty sure we had a 420 last week.
Yeah, we sure did, but I think all of that sandbagging on qualifying is out the window now, is starting in 10th.
Yeah,
While still getting
right.
max points is definitely something. I mean, somebody's going to have to stop Morgan from grabbing. Oh, Sean gets so close on his second lap. I didn't realize he had 137.7, rising to the occasion, not quite finding Morgan's speed there at the end, but man, I don't know. Sean evolves over time, so it will be very interesting to see how he does as we see Shauna Trey's crazy. What are those cats? I don't even know what that is. Hold up. Rear chase on this or a chase cam or something. Oh my god. Look at all of the cats on that car.
Um,
That's cool.
hmm.
I like it. It's definitely the fluffiest car on the track tonight, so that's good. Very good. Don't know how aerodynamic cat fur is, but
I was
we'll
about to
see.
say, do you think that's going to affect his speed any? I mean,
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, another driver making their first
uh,
race of the season tonight. I mean, we're only week 2, but Tiago Fernandez, my
mhm.
homie, in the Lambo. Loving his colors too, those black and yellow colors and the very pointed lines. Such a beautiful car that he's got. He's out there tonight. He's found himself back in 11th, currently on his 4th lap. So this lap not counting for any speed or any time or anything. I think he's just getting some more practice in. These guys coming back, I think they had all had a big old trip down to Colorado for some skiing, some other shenanigans. And so they're all back and they're ready to take on the Six Sigma League, Silk. And to be quite honest with you, second week in a row of having 25 plus drivers, I'm not upset about it. I'm just not. I think it's great.
Yeah, you know what my main question is though is did Sean make us noodles this week like he did last week? Because
I think I know the answer.
ask Tiago, he would know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he can confirm for us. That'll be the great point. Oh, jeez, good stuff. I think old Jeff Oakes out there as well. Hey, that's a paint scheme I've seen a couple times. What do you think? Best car in the field? Got to be the best car in the field.
um, well, I, does it compete with cats? I mean,
I mean, it's that
let's be
honeycomb.
honest.
Of course it does.
I love me some honeycomb, but I'm just saying, does it compete with
All
cats?
right, we'll stick with cats for now. Rashana, you got it.
Yeah.
Love it. How many bonus points for best paint? What do we think?
Mm,
We will come to
420?
rest. P18. Okay, so we're moving on. Qualifying is about to end here. 10 minutes on the dot. We will run into the heat now. Flip the top 10, hopefully. Yep. Okay, so Chris
Yep,
Dowden will
there it
start
went.
on the pole for us now, which is good. Means it worked because we weren't 100%. This is new. So
Mic check.
gotcha, Jeff.
Appreciate you.
From chat,
Huck.
Patrick says, "Sir, this is the internet. Cats are winning." Of course they are.
Fair point. Fair point.
Renee, I did not copy.
My check.
Got you there.
All right.
All right, everybody. 15-minute sprint. No pitting required for this one. Good luck. Have fun. And I'm here if you have any issues, black flags or something that didn't quite feel right. Just keep me in the loop. I'll be on the comms. No copy, Ryan.
I'm all good. Just
Okay.
testing.
Gotcha. Loud and clear. Okay, so... Oh, what happened to Kenny? He didn't qualify. Starting in the back with the Porsche that... There's a lot to untangle there, isn't that? I don't really know what's going on with that.
It's Kenny Cautions, man.
Yeah, that's something. Still got to get these numbers figured out, man. It's week 2 still. Got a white box on his hood. No number in it. So I don't know what's up with that. The number looks like it's sim stamped on the hood top right, so he might have the wrong base paint selected. Not always our fault, just mostly. Sometimes, maybe. And we have drivers moving. Don't mind my third-person cameras. I need to check out what's going on. So we'll see how everybody launches here. Going to have a front row of Chris Dowder and Andrew Storzum. Row 2 of Adam Novantny, sorry, and Daniel McConnell. Row 3 of Brian Beeman and Leighton Norgard. Richard Hibbs and Brandon Dooley. Row 4. And row 5 of Sean Ryan and Morgan Tegee. I'm calling it. Did I get it right? I messed it up again, didn't I?
You messed it up.
Son
You
of
always
a-
mess it up.
Yeah, well, I'm
if it's
sorry.
coming out of your mouth and it's his name, you've messed it up.
All right, well, we're green. I'm still bad, but we're green. Gotta love it.
Here we
Great
go
shot.
with the heat. 3
Yeah.
laps, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, 15 minutes, but
Ooh.
yeah, that too. A little jostling at the front there. Anything crazy? It looks like everybody survived turn 1. That's not the hard one, though. We're waiting for this turn. Turn 2, that'll be the big equalizer, because that's the big old hook turn here.
Well,
Like
keep your eyes
everybody's-
on Chris because he's doing pretty dang good up there.
Which Chris?
Sorry,
Dowden?
Chris Dowden.
Gotcha.
Chris Dowden.
Gotcha. Flying back through the field here, pissing off my camera guy, demanding him changing drivers every 3 seconds. That's the pace car, making sure the guy in the front stretch is awake. What do you got, Silk?
Oh. Yeah, I'm watching Chris, and it was a good little Chris Dowden. Sorry, I should and there was a little bit of a hang up at that turn, and I thought he was going to just get pummeled.
Yep.
It was good.
Looks like we're all pretty
good.
organized in the back for the moment. Back up towards the front, everything looks pretty good. I think we can settle in. I see, look like Sean had some contact there with, I think it was maybe Brandon Dooley there. I think it was a net code, though. I didn't see the cars actually coming together, but it looked like Sean kind of got bounced there a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see where that's at. Yeah.
The other Chris, something happened with the other Chris. I don't know what.
Oh, we got Rashana in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
All the way in the back. Good save, though. And, yep, Chris Schuessler is moving and shaking there towards the back. Kenny McGrath is going to start trying to make his way up through the field. Oh, Raphael spins on the front stretch. Coming out of the final corner. He can get going here. Yep, got the angle. Nice job. Good job, Raphael. Safe re-entry, no collision. That's the pace car. Good stuff. And if only there was a better way to control all of this, right, Will?
I mean, I'm trying, but the way I've got it only half and half set up, so it's taking me a little bit to get it situated. But the data is there. The data's looking really good.
Right on. Well, good stuff. So, interestingly enough, Morgan finds himself only up to P9 so far. Isn't that interesting? I thought that
Well,
he would
what's
have been.
really interesting is Tiago's right behind him. Looks
Yep.
like.
Oh yeah. Thiago will be coming up through the field nice and fast. No, Thiago's doing good. I just thought that Morgan sliced and diced the whole heat last week,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's 2 spots behind Sean. Actually, 3 spots behind Sean now, as you see the uh, turquoise or light blue Lambo up there, 3 cars ahead. So he's got some chasing to do. But if we know Morgan, we know he can get it done. So it'll be fun to watch here as we roll into lap 2. Actually, we're going to start lap 3 now. 6 minutes or so into the session. Oh, big spin there on the front stretch, right at the beginning, right on the final corner. That's Adam Novotny. Had a big crash. That's the crappy thing too, is that's right after pit road too, so no chance to pit this lap to get your repairs
Mm,
done. I'm gonna rewind here real quick and see. Hopefully he didn't hit the wall too hard. Looks like, yeah, just grabbed a little bit too much
yeah.
curb on the exit. And oh, that actually was a pretty good lick, so hopefully he'll
Yeah.
recover okay, but he is way out of whack right now. Across the start finish line 19th, may have fallen further. We'll see what happens. Got Joe Lee back there as well. He said he was 20th, so I think he got around him too. Be interesting to try to see if Adam can get himself back up there in contention. Lots of cars in the way now, for sure. Oh, big pile up out of the... Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
that's rough. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, I got Logan Key facing the wrong way. That's not good. We'll go ahead and take a look at what happened to him. Oh, yeah, it looks like he got a little bit of help there from Steve Kelly. Just kind of tapping the rear quarter panel there. I mean, it was just such a gentle nudge, but that's all it took. So, and Logan just kind of stuck there trying to get moving. He finally does get moving, but he is now way back from where he was. I'm sure he's pretty bummed about that, but hey, it's just the heat, so no worries. Everyone's got plenty of time. Chris on the radio there. I think he probably just letting
Ooh.
somebody by.
It looked like a Leighton sitting around, spun around there.
Oh yeah, right out of turn 1. Good catch. A great spot for him either. Gonna get himself going safely, it looks like, kind of on the straightaway a little bit, trying to give everybody room. Oh, he's crabbing though. Oh man, he must have hit hard. Oh, that's super unfortunate for Leighton. That car is broken. Heavy suspension damage. I think he's just gonna tow. Yeah, he's not even gonna try to take a lap. That's huge for the 12 machine. That's a bummer.
Yep, he just jumped to the pits.
Yeah. Not what we wanted to see for sure, but back up at the front, Chris Dowden, off of his pole positioning from the flop, is looking really solid in P1 with that Ferrari right now. He's got a decent gap back to Andrew Storzum in P2. I believe we're halfway, Will. I think STK gives you the actual session time. I got 9:03, but you should have like 8 or 7 something elapsed or whatever's left in the actual 15 minutes. I'll get an update when they cross the line here in a second, though. Probably around 6.5, 7-ish.
6:34,
Okay.
6:35.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure what you were asking me for.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
That's how much time we've elapsed out of the 15 so far. So we're just under halfway right now in this old capture the flag contest. Like I said, Chris is looking good. The pace car is looking better constantly. Jesus. Sean Ryan's got himself up to 5th. 2 cars behind him is Morgan. 2 front runners. A little bit of everything else sprinkled in between. Brandon Dooley right behind Morgan. Richard Hobbs right in front of him. Daniel McConnell, Jimmy's rival from last week in the Texas Speed Esports, I believe. Yeah, Texas Speed Sim Racing BMW. Got himself up in P3 right now, but he has a mirror full. Oh, and a little bit of a traffic jam there of some cars behind him there. I think Sean got accordion effect there. He hit the car in front of him and then got rear-ended by the car behind him, but otherwise looking okay. Oh boy, lots of exciting stuff going on. We'll go back through the field here a little bit and just kind of check on everything's doing. So Renee looks to be up to, I guess that's 10th. Yeah, Dalton Alexander looks to be one of, okay, yeah, Texas Speed Sim Racing on the side of that machine too. So it looks like Daniel's teammate. I think, who was it? Corey Goldie from last week too was his teammate as well.
Goldie. Yep.
Yeah, I don't see him in the field tonight though, but
Yeah, the other name you messed up? Yeah.
yeah, well, I mean, hey, that was either pronounce the E or don't, and I took a gamble and lost, okay?
Oh, Trey. Something just happened with Trey.
Uh-oh.
I didn't get to see it.
Looks like they're doing all right now. Must have just been a little bit of an off track or something. Gonna go through the field here. Kenny McGrath is suffering currently from what they call a meatball, but it's a black flag due to damage. So I'm not sure exactly what he got into, but you should see him veer off into the pits here in his number 69 Porsche machine. It's going to hurt him a good bit, but he's got a faster pair, so all he's got to do is get down pit road without getting a black flag for speeding. Knock on wood. And then he'll be good to go. Nice thing is about these cars, though, Will, is they do have this fancy button that you can map. It's called Pit Speed Limiter. Push that button, and you can put your foot to the floor, and it won't let you go past the pit road speed. So it's pretty nice. You still have to slow down, though. It doesn't stop the car for you.
Right. That makes sense.
So I say it's not idiot-proof because I've sped with it. So good times.
So tell me about the front of the pack there. Obviously, Chris is still doing good, but I want to know who's in third place right now.
Boy, is it Sean? Uh-oh.
And who's in fifth?
Yeah.
Who's in fifth?
Oh, man. I just get that Kung Fu Panda meme. This is their battle will be legendary meme because these guys are just kind of slicing their way up through the field. I mean, it's not like everyone else is laying over, though. I mean, there's some serious talent in this field tonight, guys. Chris had the 10th fastest speed, and they still can't catch him. I mean, he's all the way out in front with clean air, doing great. So we're just picking on Sean and Morgan specifically because they were the front row, but it is still anybody's race tonight. And as you can see from the couple incidents that we have had so far, one issue, one mistake, and you could end up like a Leighton or Kenny with a broken car requiring a pit stop. So yeah, it's something. The pack, though, just out in lots of empty space between him and Andrew Storzum right now, who's starting to come under attack from that name guy, Sean Ryan.
The name that will not be named?
Yeah, I'll name him. It's Sean Ryan. And
Yeah.
right behind him,
I mean,
Morgan
it's almost
going
a
for the
2-second gap.
Yeah, Morgan going for the pass behind him, too. Takes Daniel McConnell, who will also get passed by Richard Hobbs as well. It was an interesting pass. I want to go back through and watch that one again really quick from Chase Cam here. Let's just reverse real quick. I know it's not good, but let's see here. So Morgan goes to the inside. Oh, Morgan overshot the corner a little bit. Gotcha. And Daniel reacted. It was very heads-up driving by Daniel, but that lost him an extra spot there for sure. So I couldn't quite make out what his comment was, but I imagine it was something along the lines of, give me more space. So it's understandable. Storzum is down. Sean Ryan now sets his sights on Chris Dowden. And I don't know, man. Sean's got free space. And I don't know if you ever played bingo, but I mean, that's good stuff. What are we at for time? Chris Dowden crosses the line at 11:39, so he's got about 3 minutes, I want to say. So maximum of 3 laps or so left.
Well, Sean's less than a second behind him now, so I mean he's right there.
Yep.
Making up some space.
Morgan's still trying to clear Storzum, so Morgan's still being shown in 4th position right now. Hobbs and Daniel still toe-to-toe. These guys might look to do some more reorganizing before the end of the heat as well. It starts to space out a little bit behind these guys. Look at Tiago all the way up to P8. What is that from 11? I guess that's 3 positions from 11. It just feels like it's a lot, but still. Awesome driving from him so far. Brian Beeman right there as well. Brian started in 6th, though, so he's actually lost 3 spots. Renee Membreno, I'm going to call that last name and probably be totally wrong, but hey, it's a bit at this point, so let's do it. Patrick from the chat says, "What's up with all these right turns? Just stop watching and wait till tomorrow. That'll make you happier."
Yeah. Hopefully you don't see right turns tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you will, and it'll be bad. And I will be trying to sort out the caution, and it's going to be great. So there's a Leighton on track currently in right behind in 11th place, but is being shown currently the only car one lap down all the way back in 27th. So Leighton is going to have, I think, another one of those attempts at the biggest comeback in IMSA history, as you will, coming from 27th all the way back up to the front. So he gets to play hard mode for the future. Sure, he's looking so forward to that. I can feel the eye roll in my head right now.
What happened to Morgan?
That is a fantastic question.
I don't see data from him at all. Like, did he disconnect? Nope, nope, there he is. Oh no, what in the world?
Oh, his connection dropped. Oh, he had internet issues. No.
Oh no.
Oh, man, that's huge.
Yeah.
Super unfortunate. So hopefully he gets a chance to join back in, as he's going to have to. That's going to cut his stream in half too,
Yep.
or his recording or whatever. So that's not great. Yeah, hopefully he can get that sorted out. That's a good call though, but that does move Andrew Storsden back up onto the podium. Yeah.
You're right. I might have been on break a little bit early.
Thiago and Brian getting together here. Let's go ahead and check this out. Thiago, just a little kiss to the back of the Merc. Yep, good spin. But you see Thiago, it's the school of gentlemen. He will not pass a car that he thinks that he has done something wrong to, so he waits for Brian to get sorted. And, oh, they're going to have a spin right in front of him. Oh, Jesus. Apologies there. That scared the crap out of me. Oh, gosh. Yeah, who was that? I just switched cameras, and I just see, oh, man, somebody is all out of sorts. That's Renee. Big spin across. We're able to sort it, though. Yeah, nice and clean. Great recoveries. I got to tell you, man, for a bunch of people who, for the most part, are just kind of new to being in a group together, it's extremely respectful. I have nothing but good things to say about the racing and the rejoining etiquette and all of that. It's honestly now 2 weeks in a row. It's been brilliant. I mean, just very well done, very well handled.
It's a great attitude to have, especially in a league like this where you've got such a wide variety of skill levels.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And it, you know, if you got, we just see Sean take the lead away from Chris Dowden there.
Mm-hmm.
But
I did see that.
It's in a situation where, you know, if Sean's doing it, you know, and somebody new to the service is looking up and seeing Sean having all that success, and that's what he's doing too, you know, then it kind of lends that whole setting it by example kind of thing, and that's really cool.
Right.
So
especially when Sean makes some noodles afterwards too.
Yeah, I mean, we do like noodles, so good stuff. So Sean has taken P1 away. Chris Dowden seemingly not trying to let him go by any means.
Well, it's about half a second back.
Yeah, jump in the gyro cam. Man, look at all the buttons it switches inside there. Holy cow, Chris. I wonder what some of those do.
Nitrous.
I bet he wishes right now. And that's going to end the session. Sean Ryan crosses the line in P1, Chris Dowden in P2. The pace car, apparently P3. Gosh darn it. Richard Hobbs, P3. Daniel McConnell, P4. Andrew Storsden running out the P5. It's just so frustrating. Brandon Dooley, P6. Brian Beeman sorts it in P7. Thiago, P8. Dalton Alexander, P9. And Steve Kelly rounds it out in the top 10. Naaman Brano recovering from that late spin to P11. Adam Novotny, who, Adam, you're going to have to come after this race, just come smack me and tell me how the heck to pronounce your last name, please, for the love of God, because I'm murdering it. I'm absolutely murdering it. Anyways, Adam Novotny, P12. Jeffrey Oakes, P13. Ryan Phillips, 14. Joe Lee, P15, with a nice little style spin at the end. Logan Key, P16. Rafael Oliveira, P17. Dare Chan, P18. Todd Schwartz, and we didn't get to talk about too much. P19, up 3 from 22nd. Joe Gregory, rounding out the top 20. Final stretch, Kyle Foster Moore, P21 in his Ferrari. Ken Crispin, P22. Kenny McGrath recovering
What
from
happened to
his
Morgan?
early damage in P23. Rashana Trey, P24. Chris Schusler, rounding out in P25. You're
Good race, Chris.
messing with me. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
There we go. Late Norgard, P6, and then unfortunately Morgan,
Hey, Rashana, that was fun at the end, but good pass at the end.
P27 with his disconnect. And some great comments back and forth from Chris and some of the other guys. So that's good to see. Hey Daniel, I think Morgan disconnected. Frustratingly enough, I think he's back now, so he might be able to tell us. But yeah, that looked like a DC to me.
Man, that sucks. He was on a good run. Yeah, he got disconnected. He'll be back.
Man, he pulled off this crazy dive. It was just the most insane. It perfectly clean, everything. It was on his way to the front.
Yeah, we watched that one back. That was a great pass for sure. You guys did not touch. It was super cool. Lots of fun racing out there, guys, though. And we had a few spins, and I will highlight all season until you guys get sick of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Safe rejoins, patience, getting the cars sorted and everything. Logan, at one point, you were backwards after the hook hairpin there, and you stayed in the right spot. Didn't make any sudden movements, and everyone ended up getting around you. So thank you guys all for that. That makes it a lot more fun to race here when people aren't dive bombing back on the track and killing each other.
Yeah, no, that was a good hard race.
I'm gonna have to get Daniel up here in the
Can
booth.
you remind, or is it reverse grid top 10 from the heat?
Nope, it was from qualifying, so the reversing has already happened. This will go directly into feature. Where you finished here is direct start to feature.
Oh, you all will be very thankful, because otherwise you would have started behind me, which would have been bad.
Stephen Kelly to P1. EOLing everybody else. Just kidding. Oh, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, on to our 10-minute warm-up thingy. Giving the drivers a
Is
little
that
bit
the
of a break.
technical term?
Yeah.
10-minute warm-up thingy?
Yeah, you
Okay.
got to get the
Just
thingy in
checking.
there. It's not legit.
Right. That makes sense.
Yep. So let's start it on. Most exciting. iRacing. Oh, iRacing? Hello? Okay. it switches
said
4
no.
cameras and then goes right back to stores them. I was watching. Thanks, guys. Oh, man. So, we had pretty action-packed sprint. Lots of close racing. You know, I think Sean and Morgan showed the most speed, but they took the whole time to get there. Now Morgan's going to have to do his from-the-back contest again. A third time in 2 weeks.
Good practice. It's
Yeah,
good practice for him.
Jesus, man. I feel so bad. I hate disconnects, man. And the cool thing about oval races with the cautions and everything is a lot of times I can try to come back and get these guys their laps back. But the road races, they don't stop, right? So there's no real way to sort
Yeah.
that. So I just hope that he can get that figured out, come back swinging and has a clean first couple laps until everybody kind of gets into their groove.
Well, you could always give Morgan Jimmy's FOL
Yeah,
from
front of
last
line.
week.
Oh man. Not
Oh.
Jimmy's meatball from the sprint race. Not that. Oh, okay.
No,
I'll
not
just see
that
myself
one.
out. I'm
No.
sorry.
We could always throw a debris caution
We
if
could
you'd
throw a
like.
debris caution. I'd get yelled at for the second week in a row doing that though. No, there was clearly a wreck, and y'all can fight me. Oh man. So just going through the field really quick. So manufacturers, right? Sean Ryan P1 Lamborghini, Chris Dowden P2 Ferrari, Richard Hobbs P3 BMW, I believe, and then Daniel McConnell P4 BMW again. Peter Stores in P5 Merc. We've got 4 manufacturers in the top 5. Tell me this isn't the coolest stuff ever. I love how you can have such different cars and they all work in together like that. Beautiful.
Well, spoiler alert, only the Mercedes has C4 in the hood. Just saying.
God. This is racing? This is racing. Yeah, Joe's right, Dalton. There are no carryovers or incidents, and everything are going to reset going into the future. It's a great question. So he's asking about the roll package because we do have every time you get 15 incident points, you're going to get a penalty, and then every 5 after that. And the penalty is that you have to come down and visit Old Pit Road every time you get to 15. So if the entries list would carry over the incident points, it does show the incident points, I guess. But I think this is from. This does show. This is from current practice, so it's not the race stats numbers. Drawing a blank there.
Right. Numbers.
Yep.
Ooh, now that's a pretty looking car.
Yeah, man.
Todd Schwartz's number 420 is looking good.
Fueled by malt. I like it. That milkshake malt? It's gonna be milkshake malt. Malt balls? Bolt 45. No, it is not.
Yeah,
that's
you
an
need to figure
alcoholic
out.
drink.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Hope 45. Yeah. You need to ask him how to say his name. Ooh.
I could
that's
try.
52.
Hey, Adam, can I ask a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
How do I pronounce your last name?
Novotny.
I was getting it right.
You were good. Yeah.
I was getting it right. Okay, that's gonna be the one and only time I get it right. I am super pumped. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh man, we'd love to see that. Hey man, I can get a W around here every once in a while. That's kind of cool.
Ben, I have a question. I just need a yes or no from you, all right?
No. Caution, Kenny. No.
Will already says no, and I'm concerned. But continue.
Did you or did you not like the thing that you saw?
You coming into the pits for a meatball? No, I didn't think it was that great. Kind of bummed me out actually.
Well, no, not that. The beginning.
Don't think I know what you're referring to there, sir. I've got like 27 cars I'm watching, and I don't think at that point it was you. Fortunately.
We love you, Ben.
I don't know what I did.
It's Kenny caution. There's no telling, man.
10-4. I think that's the racing equivalent of responding to "I love you" in a text with K. It's all good though. We're not that serious, so I'm not super concerned about it. Keep my options open. I love drivers all equally. It is cooler though when I can pronounce their last names. Yes, Adam. I'm gonna take that one to the bank. That's gonna be the coolest thing I do all night.
Well, it looks like Morgan has returned, right?
Yep. You said Morgan and Renee crashed.
Oh, wow.
Is he instilling that much fear in the drivers already? That's not good.
Well, Sean and Tiago are both on the track as well, so Jimmy's not here.
Yes, Sean and
So there's
Tiago are
that.
both in the pits. Tiago's in the pits.
Well, I mean, in the race, they're both here, so
Yeah.
just being involved on the field would be frightening.
Oh,
But Jimmy's not here, so
Tiago's a lover, not a fighter, but Sean will sneak up on you, so you gotta be careful. Sneak up on you and serve you a bowl of noodles right to your face in Colorado.
Right. I mean, and then go skiing right after. Let's do that. Oh, there's a lot of wind there.
Yep. Hey, Renee, I did not copy. That was really fuzzy. It sounded like you were far away from your mic there.
He must be getting Red Bull's win sim time.
Yeah, was that be the one time with this race, right?
Oh my gosh.
I'm really trying. You're asking something, and it's breaking up, buddy. I'm trying, but I can't tell what you're saying.
Chat.
Hmm.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that was better.
I'm asking if this race we need to pit one time, correct?
Oh, you will, yes, but only because you need the fuel, not because it's a rule requirement. Cars are set to 50%, so they're going to run out of gas before the end of the race.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. All right, everybody. 45-minute main. No more inverting. So field is set directly from the heat, as we talked about. And you will have to pit once. You don't have to take anything you don't want to. So if you don't want tires, you do not have to take them. Just get yourself enough fuel to get to the end of the race. Stay clean, stay true. Try to keep those shiny hot rods nice and shiny, and shiny side up too. That helps. Looking at you, Kenny. And good luck, everybody. Have fun.
I like it.
Woohoo.
I like
Good
it a
luck.
lot.
The man on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. And the car to his front left as well, Leighton. I can't take credit away from Leighton either. Two guys in the back here that, woo-wee. So they're going to be coming in fast through this field. It is.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. I think the effort's
I
going
think
to be there.
Morgan has practice. He's got practice doing this. He's done it, 4 times now between last week and this week?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
So,
Yeah. Oh man, it should be interesting. But our front row is set. We've got
it is.
Sean Ryan and Chris Dowden on the front row here. They're about to take the green. Richard Hobbs, Daniel McConnell, Andrew Storzum, Brandon Dooley, Brian Beeman, Thiago Fernandez, Steve Kelly, and Dalton Alexander making your top 10 there. So let's see how this goes. TV3 to zoom out. I can see more people. Let's check this green flag out. What do you think? Coming around the final corner.
Come on,
It's
guys.
on
Get a
Sean's
little
right
closer.
foot. Morgan trying to encourage the back of the field. Oh, Chris gets a terrible start. Sean off like
Sean
a rocket
blew
ship.
it off. Yeah.
Go ahead, Morgan.
Oh,
Sean is trying to make a statement early. Richard Hobbs actually manages to get around Sean Ryan, Chris Dowden for P2, so he will lead the chase on the 9 machine. Chris Dowden filters 3, Andrew Storzum to 4th. Daniel McConnell clearing a 2 wide, nabbing P5 behind him. Brandon Dooley under fire immediately from Thiago's number 23 Lambo, and Thiago's going to take the spot away from him. That's Thiago up to 6th, it looks like. One breaking into the hard bend here. Let's see how this all goes. Some tires locking up in a couple spots. It's such a sharp corner right after a extremely long straightaway. But it looks like everybody's off and away. You can already see the 2 guys up there. There's the Leighton flying by cars already. Morgan 2 in front of him. These guys are doing exactly what I thought they were going to do. I mean, slicing and dicing this field up as fast as they possibly can and try to get back to where they should be speed-wise, I think, on the leaderboards. Because I think Morgan knows more than anybody else here. Sean Ryan is in open air right now, and he is driving away. So what do you do? What do you do, Silk? Do you put down a turtle shell so that Sean hits it next lap, or what do you do?
I'm telling you, you get that Mercedes with the C4 in the
Oh
hood.
my goodness, there are no bombs.
You give it to Kenny Caution.
That's right. Go ahead.
Mm,
Oh, a little bit of commotion there in the back.
yeah.
I don't know. My bad. You know what? I could have gone around. I tried to just get in front of you, though, so we could have made it work, and I messed up.
Oh, he shot the gap and missed it.
Oh,
He tried.
yeah.
Attempt there though, both cars. Oh, Chris is broke.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's broke. It's crabbed out. That's super unfortunate. Chris is gonna have to get into the pits here. Keep an eye on his black flags here, and hopefully he doesn't get anything extra. So while this is
Oh
going on,
man,
there's a bunch of
there's
other.
almost a 3-second gap between Sean and
Oh
Hibbs.
no, Chris.
Hibbs in number second.
Oh, Chris went around the pit entry. Oh no. He had to
Oh,
tow. Oh my goodness, that's super
yeah.
unfortunate. Just kind of got a little bit lost there, I think. Wasn't quite sure where he was, so that's super unfortunate. Right, well, we saw Leighton back there, and we see Morgan up here now trying to get himself around. I believe that's Jeff Oakes, yep. They're too wide.
Oh, a little bit of touch in there.
Yep. All good. Morgan's going to prevail there. There was a hard charge on the outside. Jeff just couldn't quite get the front end of the Porsche to bite there as he needed. But a good save from him and Morgan either way, and regardless, they're both going to roll on. Morgan now up to what I believe would be 14th position.
Right. Yep, he's in 14th.
Yep. Kind of going through the field here to see where everyone's at. Thiago up to 6 now. Daniel McConnell still holding P5. Stores in P4. Chris Dowden's actually fallen to P3 as Richard Hobbs steals P2 away. And then if you get out your telescope, you'll find Sean Ryan. Sorry. He is currently 2.7 seconds ahead of Richard Hobbs, but it looks like Richard has recently gone around Chris Dowden, so we'll see now if Richard's going to maintain that gap, if it will grow, or maybe if it'll even shrink. Maybe he's got some speed on the 9 car, so be a good test for sure.
So you were doing really well with Adam Novotny.
Yep.
I want you to look at that name that's in P2 right now, real quick for me.
Oh, did I put no in there? Sorry, too much Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Richard
Yep.
Hibbs.
I was thinking, is this Hobbs and Shaw show?
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
mean,
Sorry, Richard.
just checking. Just checking.
Nope.
I'm just keeping you honest.
Nope. That's good. That's good. Somebody's got to. I have free control up here, and I'm terrible with it. Brandon Dooley sitting in P7. Brian Beeman P8. It's pretty single file up at the front here. Looks like Thiago might be thinking about what he would do if he got to Daniel's bumper there, but everybody else is pretty spread out. Gonna get a gap update here on this corner, or on this lap here, so we'll be able to see the new split. So we're just about 5 minutes into our 45-minute feature, and Hibbs has brought it down 3/10 on Sean. That was a great lap for Richard Hibbs, so we'll see. Just kind of wait and see when I find that. Yeah, there it is. The gold and black camo. Morgan up to 13th now. Not to be slept on either. 3 positions behind him is a Leighton in P16, still looking very clean as well. So guys are making moves through the field. Morgan's got an 11-second gap back to Sean, and the Leighton has a 15-second gap back to Sean, obviously with cars in the way in both directions. Should be interesting. Looks like these guys are going to go 3 wide. Oh, this should be interesting. I'm not going to look away from this because we're going to go 3 wide. Looks like Logan's going to back out Leighton all the way to the bottom. Backed out late, but the car on the outside did give him room. If he can get on the gas of the BMW fast enough, he might get a 2-for-1 deal. Nope, he's going to slot in behind Raphael for the moment. Pretty gosh darn clean racing from these guys, though.
Yeah, Morgan's up to 10th. The Leighton's up to 13.
Yeah, it looks like there was, I don't know if there was a spin there or what. It looked like there was some numbers missing here for where the 10th place car is. Yeah, Stephen Kelly is way back. I think he had a spin or something. I'm not quite sure what happened to the 91 machine, but he is way out of order right now. So thank you, iRacing. Very cool, though. Yeah, we'll get our numbers to sort out here in just a moment. So, as you said, the pace car is not in a position. Morgan is in 10th now, which is great. For him, I think he'd probably be pretty happy with that, I would assume. You know, it took him all of, what, like 7 minutes or so to go from 27th to 10th?
Yep, 7 minutes and 10 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. Leighton as well, up to 13th from 26th. So 10 spots for
Mhm.
him. Or no, 13 spot. Yeah, 13 math. 13 spots.
Math.
Six,
Oh, don't do
six.
the math thing.
Carry the 3 with a 17, and then yeah, that's good. That's so good. Oh no, Renee. Man, my stupid Oculus decided to fail just 10 seconds before the start. That sucks.
Oh no,
Uh,
that's so
I was wondering
rough.
why you asked the question, and then I'm like, why did he leave? uh, that's so unfortunate. Well, hey,
Mm.
hopefully that gets sorted out. If you get a chance to jump back in, I mean, laps are laps. If you'd like to run some, I definitely recommend getting a lap or two in the future if you want some points for it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I mean, there's always next week too. We got 2 drop weeks, so hopefully you'll be covered
Ooh,
there, and hopefully the rest of your season. What are you oofing at? Who's oofing?
Leighton is pushing Ryan Phillips really hard up there. Oh, and he just spun. Ryan Phillips just spun. Hmm.
Oh, oh
Did he
no.
save it? I think he saved it. Nope. Oh, I can't tell. Shoot. I
See
was looking the
here.
wrong way.
Oh, because Ryan Phillips has huge damage. Huge damage. Yeah, the back end of that
Yep,
car
right
is
there.
is
Yep.
totally broken. So yeah, he's
Oh
hopefully he
yeah.
can get him. Ah,
Mm.
man, he missed the pits there too. Seems to be very down on speed. I think he's gonna try to get in his fuel window if he can, though. As unfortunate as it is at that speed, and as frustrating as that's going to be, um, it probably is more advantageous to make an attempt to, you know, try to get your fuel window so you don't have to ultimately pit twice. Just trying to make the one and
Right.
done.
Right.
But then you start weighing the options of how long it takes to pit, how much time you're losing per lap, yada yada, math, all that stuff. Mad duct tape, no problem. Totally. Yeah. You get some in chat talking about these good old Texas speed sim racing machines.
Hey, least I could do, man.
Oh, what happened? Sorry, hold on. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
A little bit of oh, is that Chris letting him go? From Chris thinks he's well, that wasn't your fault earlier, Chris. No biggie. What a gentleman, though. After my own heart, for sure. But just a little courtesy back there. Awesome, though, that they have found some folks that have some very similar speed. That's what it's all about. I mean, yeah, it's cool to be Sean Ryan and in the lead right now. Yeah, it's cool to be Morgan and be, flying through the field and all that stuff. But there's just something so satisfying about having somebody else to run with. You know what I mean? Like somebody that
Mm-hmm.
you're really matched in speed with and you can really have fun. And, if you wanted to,
Someone that can push you
right.
at a similar level. Right.
Right, if you want to run a time trial, then you go run a time trial. This is a race, so it's a little bit different. So
Mm-hmm.
see, Dalton Alexander seems to be the other Texas speed sim racing team there. So go Texas Speed. Good stuff, guys.
I
Love
just
these
want to
cars.
point out when you watch this replay back, Leighton, notice he did not mention your name.
What?
Just
Who?
saying.
Oh, Jesus.
Just saying. Keep that in mind, Leighton. Just saying.
Yeah, the cup champion from last season. You mean that, Leighton? Okay, just making sure we talk about the same person. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, Sean Ryan, being in a rocket
Sorry about
ship
that,
and
Joe. That was on me.
Morgan just cutting through the pack like it's, butter and a hot knife. And a Leighton sitting there just, what about me?
Yeah.
What about me? Just giving
Yep.
you, just giving you some crap. Oh, that was.
Yeah. Bit of contact there. I think Ryan's gonna have to pit here. Ryan, you probably know, but you do have a lot of damage on the back of your car, bud, if you're not feeling that already. Probably like, yeah, no crap, dude.
Yeah, he's like, shut up. I can feel it.
Yeah. I let him know, though, because sometimes you get going and you're not really noticing, but that's going to
Yeah.
be a severe performance drop-off for sure, and probably why he can't get his braking done the way that he wants to as well. So I think he's, like I said, he's really just trying to stick it out so he can get to his fuel window here. So we'll see this lap if he ends up making it into the pits. Doesn't look like he's going to. He's going to keep running. I mean, it's not a meatball, right? I mean, so the damage is not considered by iRacing enough to require a pit stop. So, life goes on, for sure. We do have Big Joe Lee coming out of the pits.
Joe Lee, he said he
Oh,
just
he
crashed.
spun. Yep, that was a pirouette. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Check this one out. Oh man, he
yeah.
grabbed all of
Ooh,
that.
he hit that.
That's
Yeah.
a turtle shell. Bop. Oh,
Oof. Oh yeah.
there's a tire
That
barrier.
hurt.
How's the nose? That's not too bad. Wheel strength though, that's the question.
I just want to point out there's almost a 4-second gap between Noodle Boy and Mr. Hibbs.
We are not calling Sean Noodle Boy, right? That's not.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
it's
not
happening.
no.
It's happening.
No. Well, I just want Tiago to have solace knowing he had a part of that. Oh jeez. Sean Ryan, number 9 is P1, and he's been there. We're getting sick of talking about him at this point, probably. Yeah, not really.
Nah.
Richard Hibbs, definitely not Hobbs at all. If you read it,
not even a little bit.
Very
Yep.
clearly Hibbs. P2. Chris Dowd at P3.
And behind him,
Yeah,
yep, Chris Dowden.
Chris Dowd at P3. Andrew Storrs in P4, and Daniel McConnell rounds out the top 5. I believe that does. BMW is the only repeat in the top 5. So again, we have 4 manufacturers in the top 5 cars. BMW is looking strong this season. I mean, honestly, I think it comes down to the driver preference more than anything. I mean, obviously it does. That's why there's multiple options, and everybody's not all in the same one that's just the best. But I can't stress enough how much coming from a mechanic perspective and how that actually works in real life as well, how cool that is to have. I already talked about this bit, but it's awesome. It's so cool. NASCAR has the 3 manufacturers, and yeah, I mean, it's a Toyota, it's a Chevy, it's a Ford, but it's just a shell of a car, right? Versus,
don't forget the Nissan.
Right? Yeah, the Nissan. Yep. But I mean, you've got. I mean, let's take a look at this. So here's Brian Beeman's Mercedes. Listen to that V8. Oh, that's nice. But here he is in his 6th place position. Big old wing on the back of it, very curved. Lots of the car is the hood. You notice it's got a very small windshield. The driver is sitting kind of far back in the car.
You remember what I said about Mercedes, right?
You're going to have to not. I don't know. Oh, big
Well,
spin. Jeez.
Oh, man. I was
Andrew
just about to
Storrs
say something about Andrew, too.
Storrs hooks it. Oh, he's hooking it again.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was just gonna say he's in P4. He's got that C4 in his hood, ready for P3, so he can get on podium, and then he goes and does that.
If C4 works the way you think it works. But he's gonna get away here, it looks like, and off and out of the way for Tiago to come rolling through. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That is P4 to P16.
Yeah,
from that
just like
spin.
that.
Tell me it's not competitive. Good lord, that is frustrating.
Yeah, he didn't pull the trigger on that C4 fast enough.
Killing me.
It's okay. Brian's still up there. He's in P5 with his C4, so he'll be fine.
So that's the curvature and everything of the car. Now let's look at Daniel McConnell here in the Texas Sim Speed BMW, or Texas Speed Sim, sorry, BMW. I'm gonna all of the 6 Simga Sig Sim, can't word
words, right?
And here I am being the broadcast. Isn't that great? No one else signed up.
Who
Anyways,
did this?
no one else signed
my
up.
goodness.
It's fine. So great looking ride, but again, I mean, driver's sitting more in the middle. Hood is less of a percentage of the car, a lot wider, a lot more aggressive front end. Wing total profile of the car, even hooking up a lot higher. Even a different diffuser on the back. I mean, everything about the car is different. It is straight up modeled as a BMW M3. Owen.
Sean, he had a little slip there on one of the turns. He didn't do anything. He started to spin, saved it, and I was like, oh, that's not something Sean usually does.
Well, speaking of Sean, since he'll be a great example to use for the Lamborghini, nothing like either of those 2 cars, and those were front engine.
At all.
Lambo's rear engine, the engine's all the way back there. He's got nothing. He's got his groceries in the front here. He's got his noodles right here.
Oh yeah, that's where the noodles are, right? Yeah.
Yep, and so the engine back here.
And it's a much lower profile. Sits closer to the ground. The spoiler is way farther down.
Yep. Totally. Same guy that totaled his pickup 3 weeks ago. Uh-oh, get some. That's not good.
Hmm.
All right, let's through the field here. Let's check on some keynotes. So, John Ryan P1 with a 4.4 second lead over Richard Hibbs, and P2 Chris Dowden P3 kind of on about the same distance, maybe a little bit closer to Richard than he is to Sean. Kenny McConnell P4 now. Brian Beeman in the top 5, getting some pressure from Brandon Dooley, and then oh boy, it's 20 spots now. Morgan in his 88 machine are up to P7 and has his sights set on that pair in front of him. But you'll notice, so he's up to 7th, but he's fallen 4 seconds to Sean since we last checked. So navigating the field is so difficult. You know, passing people, you're getting your spots, which you need to do, which is important. But every time you're side by side with a car, every time you're not on the preferred line, you are losing time to somebody like Sean, who is out in fresh air right now. So I think these will be the hardest 6 spots to grab for Morgan tonight if he can manage to get it done. He has a mountain ahead of him, but hats off to the effort so far from the disconnect.
Yeah.
I mean,
No kidding.
that's impressive already. So even if he does no better,
And we're only 18:45, so almost 19 minutes in. Plenty
yep,
of race.
yep, he's not even halfway yet. Ab
Mhm.
Novotny in P8, Dalton Alexander P9, and a Leighton P10. There you go. Leighton keeping his keeping his space with Morgan. Actually, looks like he's about to put a move now on Dalton. He
Ooh,
will try to make it P9.
and he does it.
Second Texas Speed Sim Racing Machine gives Leighton a spot very cleanly. Great sportsmanship there, so good for those two. It's also faster, right? If you're trying to be aggressive on blocking and keep a car behind you, that slows you down
Yeah,
too.
you're both slower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So at
exactly.
some point you just got to go, just get by me, and then I'll just hook your draft, and you can pull me faster around the track for a little bit.
Yeah. Right on.
Definitely some
What
good
do you
straight
think
line
about
here.
that Texas team there?
I think it's awesome. We had a chat with Daniel and
Mhm.
Corey Goldie,
Goldie?
yep,
Yeah.
last week, and they were talking about it. Essentially, something along the lines of they just kind of are a group of buddies that get together and basically tackle every single endurance event that they can get their hands on for iRacing, which I think is awesome because it's got to be the most fun you can have in iRacing. Seriously, uh, anybody that's never tried one or anybody that's thinking about it, team racing, getting your buds in there, running, anywhere from 2 to 3 to 6, 12, even 24-hour races. So awesome. Sharing the car, trying to keep it moving the entire time and everything, being consistent, keeping it running, staying out of danger, all the while still trying to put a decent pace down. Going to be some of the coolest stuff you ever do in sim racing. So highly recommended and very cool that these guys have not only found each other to make a team, but also that they've managed to land here, as they've been an absolute riot to have here at Six Sigma Sim Racing League so far, and looking forward to the rest of the season and beyond. I know we have Sebring coming up on the official calendars as a iRacing event, so looking forward to what that could do. Get some teams together, get some folks out there. Always good.
So
We got to get you in a car, Will. That's what we got to do.
yeah, good. You want that C4 on the track? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I keep getting promised things, so I'm just saying.
Right on, right on. I do have a question for you, and I
Yep.
know Carrie had talked about this a little bit last week.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot going on, and the season just started, but it's been asked, what's going on with these Sunday drives?
Oh goodness, that's going to
Oh
require a
yeah,
couple more admin meetings. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
So Sunday drives, basically, it's still as advertised. It's something we're working on in the background currently to kind of bring what would be some of these one-off events or car track combinations that we don't maybe have the manpower or the time to turn into a full-blown league, but something that you guys will be able to jump in and try out some cool combos like street stocks at Lime Rock was one of
Oh
my
no.
favorites there. Stuff like that. So definitely a cool time for sure. Uh,
Is this gas pit time, do you think?
It's just gas pit time.
Pit time for gas.
Yeah.
I just saw Morgan was grayed out. I thought he disconnected again, and
Oh
then I
my
saw him
goodness.
driving out of the pits,
I
and
was
I was
wondering
like,
why
"Oh
you said
no!"
that. Is this gas pit? I want that on a T-shirt, and I want it now. Yeah, I believe if we flip back here, you'll see Morgan coming out of the pits. It just looks like a clean gas and go pit
Okay.
stop for sure. So yeah, it is
just
definitely
making sure.
definitely gas pit time for sure, guys. That is. Oh my goodness, I love
It's
that.
better than a Kenny caution. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know.
Way
Some
better
of
than a
those Kenny
Kenny
cautions
caution.
are pretty hilarious. But yeah, you're right. There was actually a Kenny involved in the Kenny debris caution as well.
yeah, there was.
Which
Where is old Kenny at?
Which is still my fault. Let's check out old Kenny. Where is he at? He's got himself in 12th right now, actually. Looks like he's having himself quite the race. I don't know, so we're in that fueling window here for pit stops, so I don't know
Yep.
where he cycles through. As you should see some drivers that were a little bit higher up, maybe sorted a little bit behind him there, but maybe not. But either way, definitely keeping his nose clean, especially if he's up to 12th already, starting 23rd. I mean, he's up 11 spots, Will. That's super impressive for anybody, in the field. And we've had a few drivers that really have managed to flip the scales here. So that's awesome. Yeah, you see Morgan falling down now to 15th with his pit stop happening. So
he'll climb back up as others start to pit, though.
Correct.
So.
Yes, you'll see guys towards the front like Sean Ryan, Richard Hibbs, Chris Dowden. These guys are going to stay out as long as they can, especially Sean. I mean, let's do a windshield check real quick. Nothing there.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. No, there's nothing there, right?
Still there.
So what's the significance of this besides the fact that it's cool to ride along with Sean because the dude's got skills, right? Significance of this is this. There's no reason for him to pit right now because he's got clean air, right? There's nothing stopping him. The car weighs less. It's lighter because of the fuel, so he's probably going to be turning some of the fastest laps of the session right now as he goes right into the pits.
As he goes into pits.
and there is a point, too, right, where he's probably got, let's see this stoppage at the line. Nice. I love that noise. Super cool. So Sean's in the pits. We get to see where he comes out. I've got a chopper. I've got 3 different cameras on the pace car. And then Joe Gregory. P19. Flopping all over the place. Good gosh, man. What am I doing up here?
Joe Gregory is fighting that pace car, boy. I'm telling
you. They were neck and neck there. Every lap, they're side by side. It's crazy. I can't
Well,
do this
Hibbs has
anymore.
the lead for now. It doesn't look like he pit.
Nope. He stayed out, so hopefully he's in the good fuel window. Sean maybe tried to shortcut a little bit. What's their time in there? They've been in there about 20, what's that, 26 minutes or so they've been?
25, 26, 27,
okay.
28.
Okay, so
29,
my timer
25, 30.
My timer is 2 minutes fast. Gotcha. So they've been in there for about 20 minutes left, so a little bit over halfway. I mean, obviously, if you can drive to halfway, refueling is going to get you to the end. That just makes sense,
right?
But probably want to stretch it a little bit. Sure, Hibbs just grabbed all of that curb there, though. That was
he did.
Nice crunch noise. Good news is these guys do have fast repairs too, so even the minor nicks and scrapes. Joe Lee is facing the wrong way on pit entry.
Oh, and the wall. That's a wall.
Gonna grab a little bit of that here. We'll go back and see. It sneaks up on you. It's really hard to get turned, and I think what's he gonna do? Oh, way too much gas. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
That's one of those instances where the road will choose for you.
Yeah, it sure did. The road doesn't choose nicely. I don't like that choice. So.
No, it does not. You either choose to pit or you choose not to pit. If you don't choose either way, the road will choose for you like it did for old Joe Lee there.
Oh my goodness. So on board now with Ken Christman is a name that we don't speak about too much, and I mean I've got so many drivers now. I'm just trying to get all of my names out there, but Ken's looking like he's having a pretty quiet, pretty solid race for him. If I recall, and I could be wrong, but I think he's one of the newer to iRacing entries or more casual entries here, so he's getting his learning in. But gridded 19th, was qualified 19th, finished 22nd in the heat. Now he's up to 16th. Again, not sure if that's pit cycling or what's going on, because their positions are still a little bit out of whack, but looks to be a pretty quiet night. I mean, the old 7 machine is nice and shiny, right? So
Yeah.
no
It's
marks
not
on it.
busted
That's
up.
always a
Yeah.
pretty good sign. So,
It's a good sign he's not around Kenny Caution, at
yeah,
least. So.
yeah. Oh man, and Stephen Kelly up there and up the road in front of him a little bit as well. Had his early spins. Again, qualified 15th. Raced all the way up to 10th in the heat, and now he's back to 15th. And now he's back to 16th, it looks like, as the cycle continues. Sort itself out there, so that'd be good. Look at Sean thanking people down there. Hey, what a guy, you know? Hitting that button and
This
whatnot.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy.
There's Shauna coming out of the pits. Currently marked 1 lap down towards the back of the field here. Again, Rashana very new to the sim. Getting some time in, though, and I mean, so far, between week 1 and week 2, I have to say I'm very impressed. One of the drivers that, you know, we talked about this too, and I'll go into this quick because I see you get a message from Mr. Dreamcaster there in chat I'll get to in a moment. But, you know, we talk about these leagues being competitive, and we talk about, you know, the guys up at the front and the fast guys and everything like that. But I want to stress to you, and I cannot stress this enough, it starts here, right? Rashana just picked up iRacing not just a couple weeks ago now, if that, and is just learning the ropes, is just starting to figure things out, is just getting into sim racing. And to have, you know, the courage, you know, to jump into a league and everything, and to ask all the right questions, to get in practices and try to figure things out, you know, it's so important for people like this, you know, to get time in, and it's so important for drivers to understand that you're their initial experience, right? If Rashana makes a mistake and Sean gets on the mic and is super aggressive, upset with him, Rashana's going to shrink to about 2 inches tall, right? And just
That's true.
have no want to continue racing, no want
Yeah.
to get better, no want to do anything. And so, again, I can't stress enough, it's the community, it's the drivers around, it's me and everybody else encouraging Rashana, get out there and race. Come with us. You know, I don't care if you're 5 laps down. I don't care if you're 10 seconds off the pace. I don't care. Because the only way you get better is to do exactly what Rashana's doing tonight, which is getting some laps in and wheeling that thing, even if it's covered in cats. So, fantastic.
I mean, it's cats.
Especially
so...
if it's covered in cats. I should correct myself. That's good.
It's not honeycombs. It's not honeycombs. Just saying.
Yeah. So we got Brandon Dooley back in 19th. Does that make sense to you, Will? I don't think that makes sense to me. Why is he so far back?
Pit, maybe? I don't.
No, because
I don't know.
he should be.
I didn't see.
So here's like Thiago and Logan, Dalton, Leighton. These guys all up here. He's kind of around this front group for a while, so I'm kind of concerned as to why he's all the way in the back. He must have had an issue at some point or something. So fortunately, that seems to have.
I didn't see an off track. I didn't see a wreck.
Yeah.
I didn't see a pit.
Well, that's not good.
Jolie left pits.
So Brian didn't need to be that close.
Yeah, you're good. That was a little bit early on me. Trying to keep the tire temp down.
Oh, Brian's heating up that big old Merck's tires.
Oh, yep. Brandon Dooley entered pit lane. Okay, yeah. So that's what had happened.
Okay. I mean, everybody's
a little
pitted,
bit
though.
back. So
everybody's pitted. It's just weird. But I digress.
Yeah, all good. It's a tough task here.
Little chatter back and forth as Morgan looks on to Brian now, trying to get himself into the top 5 as we come into the final 15 or so minutes of the feature. Really good between these two drivers. So, but again, sorry to get back to my comments from chat here. DC says, good news. Helix said yesterday he was sending out the wheel and pedals today, so fingers crossed I'll get it soon. Can't wait to be racing with y'all. Very cool, buddy.
Right on.
Get himself a little G29 action. Great starter wheel. Love to see it. I actually still rock one.
Wow, that's almost a 9.5 second gap between Sean Ryan and Richard Hibbs.
Oh, and we see why here. Chris Todd all over the back. I think that's Jolie in between these cars here. This is your top. This is, I believe, second, third, and fourth with Joe Lee right in the middle of it. Chris is going to try to get around on the straightaway here. I think Daniel McConnell is as well. Oof. That looks a little interesting. Looks like Joe is going to let them slip by, though, which is good. Chris Dowden will try to get his sights set back on Richard Hibbs. I say Hobbs again. I feel like I said Hobbs again. My
I don't
goodness.
think you did.
Okay, good.
I think you're good.
It's too much Fast and Furious.
Oh.
Sorry. What's up?
Yeah, Daniel is fighting Chris, and they're
Oh, yeah.
doing good. I mean, it's clean. It's really beautiful. Nice racing.
Yeah. Look at all the
But
thanks
you
in
can see
chat
he
here.
wants it.
Holy crap. I love all the thanks. I love the chat going. Yeah, no, this is super close. Daniel is definitely, I think, coming into his own here towards the end of the race, and he did this last week as well.
Yes, he did.
He was a top 10 car all race, but the last 10 or 15 minutes, he's a top 5 car. I mean, it really clicks, and something starts to get. So I don't know if he's just really good at managing his tire wear, or what exactly he's got under the hood of that 73 machine. Maybe a little extra nitrous on tap that he saves till the end of the race. I mean, you always got to save the nitrous for the last. Oh, it's a big spin in front of him there. Richard Hibbs. Oh no, our P2 driver off into the grass.
Oh no! Yep.
Attempting to rejoin.
Oh no!
Oh, he's gonna fall all the way behind Morgan and Brian. Honestly, not the worst falling out that we've seen tonight
Yeah.
with spins, for sure. But that's gonna put him back from P2 all the way back to P6. He's fighting that pace car for position, but I think Morgan's gonna make his move now as he goes too wide.
Oh,
Brian, he is
it's
hunting
tight.
for P4, and he takes it. Brian lets him
he
go.
got it.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Morgan is running out of time, but
Extra.
out of positions here too. He's all the way up to P4. Unbelievable performance as we see.
And where's that Texas car?
Leighton back in P7 as well. Can't highlight that enough too. Leighton's drive tonight's been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, that Texas car is P3. That's the one you're asking about? Yep.
Yep, that's
I'm
the
not going to
one.
attack. I'm just going to see if I can follow.
Cool beans.
Ooh-wee. Look at that.
And Morgan's like, yeah, you're in my mirror. I don't care.
That's what he wants you to think.
Yeah.
That's
What up,
right.
Joe?
Oh, there's the light
What's
flash.
up?
Morgan wants by. Joe just not really a great spot of the track to let anybody go. He tried there.
No, he did, yeah.
There's just nowhere to go.
And we see, P2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battling all these people. Sean had to battle these people too, but it was more like a, oh, there goes Sean.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got a
I
little
don't
bit
know
of
why.
Well, it's just he's been open air all night. He hasn't had anybody really close
Mhm.
behind him and everything. But different people have different skills, and Sean's traffic management is pretty gosh darn solid. So not taking anything away from Morgan, obviously, who did the last to first last week in 7 laps. So that's not saying that he doesn't have it. It just
Yeah.
Honest to God, Will, it's 80% where you catch people on the track. If Sean's catching everybody on the straightaway and they're just doing a half throttle lift to let him by, he won't even slow down.
Yep.
If Morgan's catching Joe in the back half of the track there with the S's and everything, you saw Joe, there's nowhere for him to go. He basically had to bail the sand pit to get out of the way, and that was after 3 corners of Morgan really wanting to get by. So it's tough. It's just really tough.
I bet it doesn't hurt either that Sean hands out noodles as he passes them.
This interview is going to be something. I have to keep you two separated.
I won't say a word. I won't say a word. I'm going to stay away from
That's
him.
the biggest lie
I will
I've
ask
ever
how
heard
the
in my
skiing
life.
was.
Yeah.
I'll ask him how the skiing was. I won't mention noodles at all. I'll let Tiago talk about the noodles.
Oh, man. Looks like it's a Leighton's turn to attempt to get around Lee. See how he can navigate. I don't know if Leighton's catching Richard or Brian at this point. I think Morgan's got pace on him for sure. Then there's Daniel McConnell and Chris Dowden. There's P3, P2. There's an entire Sean Ryan thanks feed right now.
Yeah.
That's what it's just taking people. That's how he gets by him. So Kyle Foster back in P23. Derek Chad in P22, 2 Ferraris. 22 is in 22nd. All as it should be.
Right,
Or
right.
something like that. I don't know.
Sounds good.
I don't think I want to see Chris in 61st, though. That would be kind of weird.
Or
26, though.
Brandon Dooley in 114th.
Yep.
That'd be.
So, but this is cool. And they are on the same lap, too. So this is pretty... Oh, no, Chris is not on the same lap. That's unfortunate. So Chris and Shauna are very close on track again. Chris, unfortunately, 2 laps down as he had that very not so lucky pit entrance attempt there with his broken car that ultimately ended up. And it was so frustrating, too. And I know all too well, but... And we'll take a look at this really quick, but for the Porsche as a car, as a profile that we've not quite looked at in specific yet, but you notice how the tires kind of stick out, the wheel wells stick out in reference to the rest of the car. So what this will do, a lot of times, you see the back tires specifically, but a lot of times what will happen is the car itself will make contact on the side. And whereas other cars, they're hitting the door, they're hitting flush, the Porsche is hitting the wheel. So that contact with Roshana earlier, where Roshana just drove away and was totally fine after the spin, completely bent the rear axle on Chris's 61 machine. That's what caused him to crab. The left rear tire was turned off alignment, and it's such a down point, I think, to the Porsche in general. As I've driven it a lot, it's my favorite GT3 car. So. It's a point of frustration that it just seems like the Porsche is the one that will come out of most collision incidents much worse off, simply because of how the tires are aligned and everything. So yeah, that's a thing for sure. But good recovery from Chris so far, which is great. I mean, he's still out there lapping. Looks like he's having fun. I know Chris is having fun because that's all Chris does. A little bit right behind Chris right now. We've got the other Chris, so it's the Chris and Chris show. Chris Dowden and Dare Chan looking like he's trying to give the inside to Daniel McConnell here, who is still trying desperately to hang on to Chris Dowden's draft there, I should say. And then a little bit back behind them, here comes Morgan as well. Trying to close the gap. Now 2 lap cars between Morgan and second and third there. And then, good Lord, there's Todd. There's Sean. Yeah, you talked about that gap. That's up to 12 seconds now that Sean's got over Chris Dowden. So just kind of like what Morgan had happen last week. Gets to the front early and just stays there. So I think that's where Morgan was really stressing, trying to get through the pack as quickly as possible. Because like I said, I mean, he might be up to 4th, but he's farther away from Sean than he ever was. So it's just, you see, looks like Morgan is going to take the inside on Kyle Foster there. I went the wrong way, whoopsie. And he's on the straightaway here. It looks like he's going to get a great run. He may have Dare Chan into P1. Dare Chan's actually going to pull out of the way. You see another light flash there from Morgan. It's a setting that you can set button in the car that automatically flashes the lights. And there's the thank you there. Just giving him enough space so that Morgan didn't even have to change his line. And see there, Dare also did not lose his position either.
Any speed,
to Kyle Foster, because these two are battling for position. So again, that's where it's another stress point. But letting somebody go does not mean you're slowing down. You know what I mean? That's
right.
Kyle Foster directing traffic back there, trying to help Brian get by him. We're coming right down to it, Will. I mean, we were at the 5-minute mark the last time Sean Ryan hit the start-finish line, and he's almost back to it again. So it's going to be close. Oh, Chris Schuster about parking it there on the straightaway, trying to let these guys by.
Oh, no.
No, I think he's doing that on purpose. Just letting him go.
No, something happened with my iRacing, I think.
That's not good. Let me... Oh, I am streaming. You can see my screen at least if you need to see the Discord.
Yep, I can watch yours.
Okay.
Yep, that's unfortunate because I like that data. It's good data. Yeah. SDK gives you good data.
It's a good race when I get new additions to the soundboard. Oh no, Ken.
Oh no.
What did we do now? Oh man. Times.
I'm almost worried, but not quite.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I am excited. Sean Ryan, almost 42 minutes at the line last time, so I think he's gonna have this lap obviously, and then I think one more ought to do it if my math works out.
42:20 right now.
Okay.
So less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, depending upon how long it takes him to get back there. So it's going to be the first time he
Yeah.
crosses the start-finish line after the timer hits 0, right? So if after the next lap, if he crosses and it was 44:59, he does another lap. If it was 44 or 45:01 or 45 flat, the race is over.
Dalton, I am so sorry.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, we'll have to go back here and see what happened to... Oh my goodness. Logan is going to punch his ticket right in the back of one of the Texas speed
Oh
cars.
yeah, he
Oh
did.
man.
Oh no, not the Texas cars.
Ugh. Good news is it looks like Dalton is okay from that contact.
I've got a meatball from some damage with a couple laps to go. Is that gonna give me a 30-second at the end?
Oh, come on.
Wrong one.
Come on.
How many laps have you ran the meatball?
I got it just before the start finish, and I'm on the first lap with it.
Should be able to run 3 laps, Steve, before it actually gives you a penalty. Guys getting it. Okay, so Jeff Oakes is to 15 incident points. And Dalton Alexander is to 18 incident points too. So Dalton was sitting at 14 incident points, and then Logan gave him a 4x running into the back one there, so that's why he's got the black flag.
Didn't you say last week you could clear meatballs then?
Yep, that was only if they weren't going to run 3. I don't think, Steve, you're going to run more than 3, right?
Yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah, I got a glancing blow from a car that spun in front of me, and it meatballed me. Car's fine though.
So walk me through this. The meatball, if he finishes with the meatball, he gets a penalty tacked on at the end.
No.
Right? That's the issue.
No, the issue is that he will be disqualified if he completes 3 laps.
Oh,
with
I
a
got
meatball
you.
without
Completely
pitting.
disqualified.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was talking about, a 30-second penalty. I don't think he's going to have one of those. But this is lap 3, Steve, or is this lap 2 with the meatball?
Thank you.
I think this is going to be the second full lap. Like I said, I got it just before the start finish.
Good for. We'll finish out like this. All right. All right, gonna get back on pace here. So at the line, yeah, Sean crossed at 44:59, 5:05 with 1 second left. He stretched the race 1 more lap. Oh, what an animal!
Leave it to Sean.
So
Leave it to Sean.
Sean has
Thanks,
this.
Sean.
Sean has this more than absolutely wrapped up, which is awesome for him. I am, however, going to go back and focus here. This is our split of the 3 cars. So you've got Morgan in P4, Daniel in P3, and Chris in P2 here. That's your difference. This is the final lap, so this is the white flag lap for the drivers. I don't know if Daniel's got anything for Chris, and if there's no mistake, I also don't think that Morgan's got anything for that. What happened to Kenny?
Sounds like $20 happened to Kenny.
Yep. Oh, did I? I wasn't live.
Oh,
Gotcha.
that would be helpful.
He clipped there. Understood.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yep. So Sean has crossed.
You sausage curb.
Sean has crossed, so the race is over. John Ryan at P1. Chris Dowden
Fun race, Daniel.
does get P2. Daniel to P3, Morgan to
Why are you
P4.
so quick?
That's the question.
Right.
Richard Hibbs gets it back up to P5 after his spin.
Nice.
My goodness, what happened to a Leighton? Leighton fell all the way to 16th there at the end. Wow. I think he's still
A
racing.
lot back too. Yeah.
These guys are still racing for position though. Still got a few drivers racing, everybody. Let's let them finish up before we start chatting about it or celebrating too much, please. Thank you. Give clear comms so that they can get through to the end. As obviously drivers right ahead of Sean would have had a whole lap.
Yeah.
To finish up here. So, all right. So everybody is going to cross here. So there's a couple cars running now. Looks like Ken McGrath is, Ken Crispin also, Chris Schuessler finishing up as well. And it looks like with Ken crossing. All right, all drivers have finished. Thanks, everybody. It was a great race.
No, thank you, Mr. President.
There are some jobs
them
that I would
Texas
never
boys.
take. So what do you think? Should we grab a couple
Those
folks
Texas
and
boys.
do some
How about
interviews
that,
for a
Bill,
couple
you
minutes?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We'll have to go over there and do it.
Yeah, I think
That was a
so.
lot of fun. Thank you, everyone.
Make some Discord yoinkage happen. Go ahead and jump over there, Silk, in any chat, and I'll pull
Yep.
you up.
Right on.
If I can find the on air there.
Rashawn, I don't know how many times you and I found each other around the track this evening.
Silky to find himself into a chat somewhere in the.
And then I guess practice is practice.
Here we go. Did I get you, Silk?
Ben, can you
I
clear
think
my,
so.
my flag?
I tried. I can't. So before everybody leaves, if anybody wants to come up and chat, like I said, I don't dare have any structure in post-race interviews because that would just be so, normal. But if anybody wants to chat about the race, anybody that finished up front or anybody that finished anywhere, just wants to come up and say hi, hop in our Discord somewhere, and I will pull you guys all in and we can chat about the race. But yeah, otherwise, thank you. Very respectful racing tonight, guys. Couple oopsies, but that happens. If anybody has any issues or anything that happened they want to talk about, my inbox is wide open. And thanks again. Looking forward to week 3. Thanks all.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you. One question on that. Do we have time to pee?
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna go
Awesome.
ahead and
Be right back.
go ahead and pull people on air.
Where
There's
in the
Chris.
Discord do we hop in?
Hey, can you hear me, Ben?
I can.
What's
There's
up,
Morgan.
bud? How are you?
Hello.
Anywhere,
There's
and then he'll
Sean.
drag you up. Any
Howdy.
channel.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what he said, anywhere is fine, and I will pull you. I've already got 3 volunteers in here already. Hey guys.
10-4.
Hey, Ben. How are you tonight?
Good, Chris.
Good.
Like I said, I got Chris, Sean, and Morgan with me. Currently, I'm trying to scout for any more. I got to get you admin access just so you can.
No.
Yeah, I know. Heaven forbid somebody else had the ability to do something, right? Well, let me know if anybody else jumps in chat. I think Daniel's going to pop into
I'll keep an eye
something
out.
at some point, and then
Yeah.
somebody else was asking too. But hey, good stuff. So let's chat. First off, Sean, welcome back. Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Doing good. You're doing real good too, man. That was a heck of a race. Skiing the whole time? Is that where you got your speed from? Just a downhill? Oh man, that looks
No,
super clean. Good stuff.
yeah. No, the sprint was good. It was Um, Contested, and it was fun. I had pressure from behind from Richard, and some of the guys didn't want to let me go, and made my way up to the front. Pulled off a pretty nice dummy on Chris that I was pretty proud of. Um, and the feature was kind of smooth sailing. I wish Morgan had a chance to actually compete with me because I saw he disconnected there during the
Yeah.
sprint.
Yeah, that
And
had to be the biggest bummer of the whole race, I think, was not seeing that all the way through.
yeah, but yeah, otherwise, I mean, it was fun. It was good. And yeah, good group of guys for the sprint. There wasn't anything over the line or anything. It was just hot and contested, and it's a fun race.
Really got anything for Sean? I know you got something for Sean.
I just want to know, was it the vacation and the cold air from Colorado that gave you, your strength to do this and come back strong and really show out like this? I mean, this is your week one.
Yeah. No, I I think I love skiing, so I'm going back to Vermont this weekend. So
Right
I've been
on.
I've
Yeah.
been skiing every weekend all winter. But yeah, no, it was fun watching you guys week one on the TV. It was good fun last week watching, and it was prepared me to the right mentality of what I needed to take into this week because I knew Morgan would be right up there with me. I just wish he could have had the chance to show it in person with me, but
Yeah,
that's what it is.
we'll get you guys together. Don't you worry.
Oh,
We
I'm
got
sure.
6 more
I'm
weeks of
sure.
this. The battle
I'm
will be
sure he's coming
legendary.
for me.
He's itching right now. I can hear him. He's mad. He didn't say anything yet, but he's mad. I know he's mad. No, I'm just kidding. Awesome stuff. So, um, thanks, Sean. I'm gonna roll, I guess, without any specific order. Let's go to Chris Dowden. Hi, Chris. We have two Chris's in here now. Chris, make it. Hello, Mr. Dowden. There. I think he's there.
Oh,
Oh,
he's playing with his mic. It looks like he might be having Discord issues,
I see
like me.
Sean muted, but I don't. Chris. Well,
He
Chris.
muted and then unmuted.
Oh, okay. Well, Chris, if you get that sorted, shoot me a message. I'll come back to you. Who am I going to next? Let's talk to Morgan next. Hey, Morgan,
Hey.
going?
So bummed.
Yeah.
I race in VR, and with that many cars
Oh,
on the grid, the system wasn't happy, and it just straight up crashed when I
Ugh.
was side by side with that Merc. And
oh
so
man.
that's
That's
what happened on the sprint heat.
that's super unfortunate, man. But the drive back was nothing short of spectacular. Again, great moves, very smooth. I see a couple situations where it took you a couple corners to get around guys. I know we've got some folks in there that are trying to get everything sorted out a little bit and learning the black boxes and everything, but it was good patience from you, keeping a clean nose, and you were right there at the end in fourth and had almost a shot to catch up to Daniel and Chris at the end. So just honestly, just another awesome drive from you. I don't have any questions. I'm just going to sit here again, stunned by another great performance, and just hoping that you get a chance to battle it out with some of these guys at the front from jump going forward. I will ask, though, I guess I will ask this because it didn't really apply, I guess, to you, so maybe you're not the right person to ask, but do you think the move switching to a 10 car flip versus the entire grid flip from qualifying to heat, do you think that's the right move? Do you think that's going to produce
Oh,
better racing going
absolutely.
forward? Yeah.
Just because, you've already mentioned the speed and experience gap, and I think that just helps eliminate some unpredictability that you would see reversing the entire grid.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely solid with 10. And I will say, uh, it was fun. I'm bummed I couldn't catch the top three, but I think I owe Daniel an apology too because I had to send on a couple people, and his send was slightly too hard. So I uh, I went a little deeper into the hairpin than I wanted to.
Well, the good news is from his reaction, I think he liked it, honestly. Just a little bit of an adjustment in his line um, was super cool. I actually see Dan in here with us tonight. I think he's still restroom break possibly, but yeah, he had a lot of fun tonight. You could tell in the mic too. He's always very energetic. So super cool. Silk, you got anything for Morgan?
Yeah, so my question to you, Morgan, is are you just trying to practice driving through the field? Uh, because that's 2 weeks, and you're expected to do it maybe twice, once each week, and here you are, you've done it what, three, almost four times now? You're just trying to practice that move so that you're good for the rest of the season, or what? I mean,
I would like to avoid it from this point on, but that's racing. You can't always control these things.
right on. Well, you've got your practice in, so you should be good for the season now, right?
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Right on, man.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Morgan, again. Looking forward to next week and hopefully some less issues. Maybe we need to get some PC upgrades for you or something. Somebody needs to sponsor you so that you can make sure you avoid your disconnects or whatever. But you're definitely faster than your computer this week. That we can say for sure. So awesome job, Morgan. Great racing.
Hey, thank you.
um, Chris Dowden, I'm going to throw it back to you because you said your mic's fixed, and I just want to hear you say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Chris. There it is.
There it
How's it
is.
going? So,
Oh,
man, what a drive, man. You just kind of just like it up in the front, huh? Qualified 10th and then just acted like you were faster the rest of the race. Just
yeah, until Sean broke my heart.
yeah, he does that.
He
It's all
does that. Yeah, he does that.
No, that was a great move. But I'm just thrilled to have kept it on the road. I've never had a good race at this track, so that hairpin has always given me trouble, and so I was happy just to finish.
right. Let alone
Well,
second.
that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic running. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely.
Super, super good job,
And
Chris.
great race from Dan. He kept me nervous the entire race.
Yeah. Where the heck is Dan?
Yeah.
Giving me compliments. There he is. He's up there in chat. Hold on. Get him up here. All right, now
Yeah,
Dan's up
snag
here.
him.
Dan, I'm talking to Chris, but we've talked about you like 4 times now, so I just want to make sure you were. So, but yeah,
Yes.
so there you go. So what do you think, Chris? Do you believe that if the flip did not happen, do you think you would have been able to drive up to second?
I don't think so.
No?
I'm definitely not on Sean and Morgan's pace. Um, and
I
I
couldn't
mean,
tell.
Yeah.
well, I think Sean had a
Yeah, me
13
neither.
second gap at the end.
Danny.
It's a hard track to overtake at though, so that would have held
Right.
me back too.
Yeah, no, it sure is. I mean, but you finished 14 seconds off of Sean, which is the thing. And I think obviously, like I said, Morgan was coming. There's a few folks, but it speaks volumes to the consistency. And I do not want you to short yourself from that. You control C, control V all race. That was just phenomenal lines. Just great job. I don't care if they weren't the fastest laps. When others made mistakes, you did not. Um, we won't talk about Sean's cross up on you because I didn't see it. So as far as I'm concerned, it didn't happen.
That was great. I made up for it in the feature though.
There you go. Well,
Dan, that was great close racing there. That was amazing.
That was fun.
heck yeah. There's so many battles all over the place. You had Chris and Dan, Chris Schuster, you were back there with Rochelle, you know, Morgan and the entire field. A lot of close racing with everybody. That was a
Morgan
joke,
in
by
the
the
whole
way.
field.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried. Nobody
Twice.
laughed. It's all good though. So,
I got it.
that's good. Will, do you have any questions for Chris before I switch out?
No, I mean, it's funny to me that you keep talking about how you're not on pace with these guys, and yet you were the closest one to Sean. And I mean, like you said, phenomenal driving. I mean, fantastic skills. Where I mean, we did see some close calls, and it's like you just pulled it off. I mean, like you said, you just cut and pasted these lines, and it was so consistent throughout that you held your own. And I don't know if maybe if you're not on par with them speed wise, it won't take long for you to get there doing this, because oh my god, it was excellent. I loved watching the front of the pack. It was great.
Well, thanks, and thanks for putting this on. This is a real fun league.
Awesome. We love to hear that. It's been really successful so far this season with some real changes and just kind of getting feedback from the drivers and everything. So mid interview point to make though, but if you guys have feedback please don't hesitate, because we make this better off of what you guys think and say and stuff like that. So our entire schedule is actually built from previous season's feedback survey. So I didn't have to pick any tracks, so nobody can blame me for Long
Right.
Beach. Anyways,
Like C4 in the hoods. Yeah,
yeah, no.
that's feedback.
So next I'm gonna jump to, I think, Mr. Brian Beeman. Had pretty exciting race as well. Winds up sixth. So you qualified sixth. You finished seventh in the heat. So you started the feature in seventh, and then you got back to sixth. Yeah, 6, 7, 7, 6 across the board.
Well,
so
I got back to fifth and then threw it away about 3 turns till the end. So
oh man.
Oh,
so 6 to
missed
7th,
the
but it
breaking
was.
point and the back end came out. So
Oh man, yeah. You said
yeah.
you were having issues with your tires getting hot, eh?
Yeah, I noticed about halfway through the first stint before going into getting fuel that I was starting to push and slide a little bit in the two real tight hairpins. So I was really trying to brake a little bit early and be a little smoother. Keep the tire pressure, keep the heat down.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, minus that one corner, again, just another great performance from you, Brian. Very consistent. Good racing there with a couple of the guys I saw mixed it up. I think early it was a little bit closer, and then it spread out for a little while. But you were always pretty close to. Was that you got? Would you end up with Daniel and Chris at one point? I'm trying to remember. With somebody
before the pit stop. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what happened during the pit stop. I came out and then no one was around me.
Just kind of rented your own island at that point, huh? It happens.
I guess so.
It happens. Will, you got anything for Brian?
No, I mean, again, all of you guys well, actually everybody on the track was doing really well, but I personally was watching the front of the pack, and just loved the racing and the passing, and the way that you guys are doing it. Like I said to Chris earlier, there were some close calls in a lot of that, but just really great racing, really great battles, and you guys really know when to just send it and when to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy watching that. I just wanted to commend you guys, all of you, and you too, Brian, specifically. I know you had that issue where you you lost it there, but I mean, it is what it is, and you were still, sixth. That's amazing in this field. So yeah, excellent job.
Yep, I echo that completely. Thanks again, Brian. Great racing from you tonight. All right, next victim. Going with, I've got. Let's see here. Why don't we go with? Let's go with Daniel McConnell, because we pulled him in. What's up, Danny?
Oh yeah, I thought we talked to him already.
I mean, he's just been talking. That's what Danny does.
I'll leave an impression. That's probably why I thought that.
Oh man. So hey.
Oh man, that was fun.
Yeah, you just fight with people. You didn't have your Jimmy this week, and so you replaced him with Chris, and you just decided to have another fight anyways.
Right? Good times though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Jimmy and I talked for the race. He said he wasn't going to be able to make it. I high-fived myself because that was one obstacle I wasn't going to have to get around.
Yeah.
I'm going into many more.
Yeah, and we all know Jimmy is definitely an obstacle for sure. Get him out of there. I'm just kidding.
He's bad.
C4.
yeah. No, we're not blowing cars up. No, we had enough crashes. I see a couple cars bouncing off the pit walls and stuff. That was kind of terrifying there.
Yeah.
For sure. So I guess my question for you, Daniel, if I had to have one, it would be: how many laps was it going to take? Do you think how many more laps is it going to take to catch Chris? If you think you were going to?
Oh man, that's at least 15 more pit stops.
Oh, geez.
We were just not that far on each other in pace.
Oh man.
So fast.
So Chris, I think you're safe. I think P2's locked up at this point.
What happened was I let him. I was exiting the pits and he was coming through, and I shouldn't have let him through. So he just had so much.
That was closer than it should have been.
Oh man.
I didn't hit my pit limiter coming out, and so yeah, that scared me.
Oh boy.
Can we review that? Make sure he wasn't speeding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, to say, I think iRacing does a pretty good job with numbers, so I'm gonna leave that to the computer stuff for sure.
Right.
Super cool though. Anything for Danny there, Mr.
Oh,
Will?
yeah, I got something for you, Danny. We talked a little bit last week, and we were talking about, your Texas crew, and I see this week that there's a few more cars rocking them Texas colors. How many people we got?
Oh, okay. Full disclosure, we are not working together. No, but Dalton, it was just Dalton and I. He unfortunately missed last race and was able to join this race and decided to sport the Texas Speed livery. So had two really good
Right
looking
on.
cars around that track.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was watching them. Yeah, they look good. Did miss one. Ben, do you want to talk about that one that was not here? That was here last week?
Oh,
What was his name again?
Goldie.
There you go.
Corey Goldie. Yeah, I'm getting picked on so hard for mispronouncing names, and then I get Adam Novotny. So I
Yeah.
get Novotny, but I can't get. I just, oh man, I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead, I think.
It'll be
But
all right.
yeah, no, but good stuff. No, thanks, Dan. Super fun watching you out there again tonight, and on to week 3, man. Super exciting.
Yeah, can't wait for it. You guys were asking for feedback.
Oh, I get it live?
Now,
Dang. All right.
I don't know if it would make sense or not. It makes sense to me, but if we can add a BOP, just a little bit more weight to Chris's next race.
Oh yeah. Only Chris's, not Sean, who was 14 seconds ahead of you, or Morgan that came
No,
from
I mean,
20 positions
you know,
back.
you make fair points. Let's go ahead and give a BOP
Oh
to
jeez.
everybody except the Texas Speed cars.
There you go. All right. I mean, that seems fair and balanced. I'll check with the admin team. We'll see what we can do. Thanks, Daniel.
Appreciate it.
Right on. Thanks, Danny. All right. So up next, let's grab Brandon Dooley. Yeah. Who?
Hey.
Hey, Dooley Llama. I love that. It's a great Discord name. What's up, man?
That's been my nickname since I was a teenager, man.
I love it. That's so cool. Welcome. So was tonight was the first race?
Tonight was the first
Yeah.
race. So I watched Morgan have fun last week, and I didn't want him to have it all alone. So
Gotcha. Very cool. Well, what was your impressions tonight? Looks like there was we saw you kind of dropped off in the feature there. I didn't catch what happened, but you were right up there.
yeah, I can attest that the pit speed limit is in full effect.
Oh, man.
So right at pit exit, I was a half a second too early coming back off the limiter.
Oh man, that's
just totally used to other leagues that I run with that don't have the driver aids off. So I usually just flip it off after I get into pit lane and then launch and just go, and then it just does itself. So just total brain fart that the session was disallowing the driving age, which is great. I like it. I just wasn't used to it. So
understood. Well, that's a bummer.
But yeah,
but,
so
I mean,
had a decent quality, decent sprint race, and then was running decent in the feature until I had to make an extra pit stop and a 40-second hold.
Yeah, you were up almost in the top 5 at one point, I think, in the feature, right? Before the penalty.
Yeah, I think I was running around 6th or 7th. I was kind of back and forth with Brian Beeman for a little bit there.
That's who he was running with.
I think he was in the Merc, I think.
Yep.
That was him. So we kind of had about the same pace, and I was faster in a couple little small places, and then he'd catch right back up on the straights. And
you're definitely faster in the pits, right?
Yeah. I definitely got him on pit exit, and then had to serve another one. So all good. No, it was a good race, fairly clean. I kept my nose clean for the most part. Had one little domino effect into the hairpin at one point in the feature, I think, but it didn't hurt anybody. I think everybody still 0x'd it. So
right on. Well,
bound to happen driving that close, but it was all good. Had fun.
Well, I mean, I'm super excited for you to get rolling, work out next race, hopefully without a penalty, and see where you actually end up. Without that extra pit stop, I think you'll be right up in the thick of things, so it'll be super exciting to see how the rest of the season goes for you. But I'm really happy that Morgan's first race was good enough, and we didn't scare you away up here in the broadcast booth to have you come join us. So super happy you're here, man. Hope you had fun.
Yep. It's all good. He brought several this week. So
yeah, we hit 40 at signups. I'm gonna have to start figuring out what to do with extra signups. So not a bad problem to have, though. I don't complain about it one bit. So awesome stuff. Well, thank you for that.
Yep, appreciate it.
You're back now. I think you got kicked out of Discord or something. Did you want to ask Brandon a question?
Discord kind of locked up off of me. What did I break? Huh?
Yeah. Did you want to ask Brandon a question before we moved on? We were just talking about the pit incident. He was speeding, and then um, next week all that stuff.
Sounds like he doesn't have any
No.
questions.
Yeah, I kind of missed that whole
All good.
conversation, so I'd just be doing you a disservice.
All
So
good.
my bad,
Well,
Brandon.
we'll move it on
I'm
then.
Brandon. We're moving on.
Okay.
Right
I
on.
love it. Heck yeah. Awesome. Get him up here. Much better than me. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Brandon. All right, so I'm trying to remember. My list is growing. I'm getting more people in here as the interview goes on. I feel like that's the adverse of what's supposed to happen, but we take those anyways. Next, I'm gonna jump to Chris Schusler. You've been so patient, Chris, so I'm gonna get you in here. How's it going, buddy?
It's going fine. How are you, Ben?
Not too bad, man. So, not the greatest position race tonight, but you sure looked like you were having some fun out there, getting a chance to race with Rashana a little bit. Always fun
Well,
to have somebody
was
at your pace.
yeah. You're right about that. I'm always having fun. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
Some races are great, some races are good, and some races are just bad. And I had a bad race tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, I kept beating Rashana all over the place in this race tonight, which was good. I think we were both competitive with each other. On lap one, Rashana had a spin. I was behind Rashana, and me just trying to be like cool race guy, thought I could just get around a spin, and I didn't, and I clipped Rashana and damaged my car. I don't know if I damaged Rashana's or not, but anyway, that was a big mistake on my part to just try and get around like I did. I should have just slowed down and been safer. But I'll tell you what, the biggest disappointment for myself, unfortunately, is my Six Sigma boys would say, you know what, yeah, I'm not the fastest, but I've always been a clean, consistent driver. And I was not that tonight, which kind of breaks my heart. I was running off the track, having spins, hitting the wall, this, that, whatever. And so that was disappointing, but you know what? A race is a race, and it's always good practice, and the competition is always really, really good. Everyone is just so dang tough and competitive out there. So I mean, it's good to be around, and it just I'll improve. Being around drivers like that. So it was a blast, and you know, some races are like that, and you just you go to the next week, but. Yeah. Always enjoy it though, for sure.
Very well said, Chris. So I can always count on you to have the positive outlook and the good improvement energy. I think more drivers starting out or earlier in their sim would greatly benefit from your attitude. And I don't think I'm alone in saying that. So I want you to know that is appreciated. And I did see the incident. We actually went back and watched live there, the incident between you and Rachana where you got clipped, and it was just it really wasn't big contact, but I was explaining it to Will. It's a classic example of the Porsche having those wider tires, and where the contact clipped, it actually knocked your wheel out of alignment, and made you crab drive there for a little bit, when then ultimately struggled to get into the pits. So that really twisted you up. I think in the either that was in the heat. I think that was in the heat or the feature too. But
Yes. Yeah. Was
well,
Rashana's car okay,
yeah,
or
no, it's just yours.
okay?
His car is totally fine. That's why I said it's so frustrating that the Porsche's wheels will break like that sometimes, just completely alone. Um, in incidents where two cars collide, I think they'd both come away the same, but the Porsche is completely junk, and another car is just totally fine because it wasn't wheel contact for them; it was just door. So,
Well,
um,
that's good. I'm glad that it was his spin, so I'm glad that he was at least able to like recover from that and keep going.
yep.
So it's okay. I tried the move. It didn't work out for me.
I think it
I'll
was a
take
great
I'll take
effort.
the
It
pit
was
stop and
if you would have pulled it off, you would have had a smile on your face the rest of the night. You couldn't have wiped off. So I'm
probably.
glad you tried. Honestly, it was really cool. Will,
Yeah.
what you got for Chris?
Well, I love your attitude, Chris. I always every time I hear it, it's just it makes me smile because that's me. I was the opposite of you when I first started racing. I'm not a racer, right? I don't race at all. And I get in the rig and I'm the complete opposite of you. It's like everything I do is just trash. I'm like, this is garbage, whatever, whatever. So I love hearing your attitude. It really makes everything better, for everyone around you. But my question for you, Chris, is what was your favorite moment in this race, right? I know you said it's a rough race, and you can always take teaching moments away. So, what was your favorite moment out of this race?
That's a tough one because I had a lot of moments that I didn't really like. So I don't know if I don't know if I had a favorite moment or not. You know,
I think I can help,
you
Chris.
know, yeah, please do.
So when you're having a bad race and nothing is going right, your favorite moment could be the end of the race when it ended.
Well, yeah, I was. Yeah, sometimes you're exhausted. You're counting down the laps, and
Yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah.
trying to. At that point, it's recovery and just try and stay out of the way and not impact other drivers. I had to get back to that mindset because, I was at least a lap down probably, and then you got faster folks that are trying to be real competitive and don't want to screw up their race. So it is what it is. You just move forward. No big
Yeah.
deal.
No, absolutely,
Right
man.
on.
Roll with the
Right on.
punches. 2 drop weeks, and either way, you're just out here having fun and learning anyways. Like I said, the growth between last season and this season is still immense. I mean, Hockenheim being a newer track to you, I'm sure
Yeah,
definitely
well,
was a little bit. Yeah, it's new for sure, but it's a fun one once you get it figured out. I really like some of the straightaway battles and the drafting fights that you get into the heavy breaking points. So, um,
yeah,
but hey, on to week 3, and we'll look to see out there. Uh,
thank you.
Hopefully, you and Rashana can be fighting on the same lap
For
next
sure,
week.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Shout out to my boy Logan here. I haven't seen Logan in a minute, so it's always
Logan.
good to bump into Logan.
Cool. Well, hey,
Hey,
all right. Well,
Chris.
maybe we'll pull Logan in next. That was a great lead. Gosh, look at all these good streaming people, Silk. So much better than me. Logan, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Not so much, buddy. How's it going?
Going good. I was pretty bummed after the feature, or after the sprint, but
Yeah. I mean, take 8 spots back off of that and drive it right back up to the front. That was pretty cool. Had a little bump with Dalton there towards the end that I'm sure you weren't super thrilled that you did, but I know you didn't do it on purpose. Just couldn't get the car load up in time and all that. Um, but I mean, hey, stuff happens, and you got it up to P8 in the feature. How's about that, huh?
yeah, I feel so bad about Dalton. I just installed these pedals like not 5 minutes before the session opened up, so I was just really, really trying to dial it in up until this qualifiers.
Well, I want you to know the good news is that Dalton, from that incident directly, recovered pretty well and did not have any issues getting back up to speed behind you. He did, however, finish 12th at the end of the race, so I think he had maybe 1 or 2 more incidents between then and the end of the race to push back a little bit further. But it happens, and like I said, he didn't. I know he didn't do it on purpose. Not looking to assess penalties or anything for little oopsies that happen here and there. And you know, life goes on, man. I wouldn't be bummed about it too much. And I think you had a hell of a drive recovery there from your heat sprint race that maybe you weren't super happy about. I don't think you have anything to hang your head on for an 8th place in a feature with this field, especially. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many
No
competitive
kidding.
drivers right now, especially with the new pedal installs. Man, imagine you get used to those, huh? That could be something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be a whole nother beast trying to go around New Hampshire with these things.
Yeah. Hey, all good. You don't have to use them as much in those cars, though. So.
Right? Absolutely.
Silk.
So you got new pedals, right? Are these a direct upgrade from your previous ones, or were you just sick of the other ones?
No, definitely direct upgrade. So I bought the Moza R5 bundle, which the pedals that come with it are pretty bad. Like, there's nothing special about them. And a few days ago, I ordered the Moza CRPs, and those came in this morning. So I got
Ooh.
those put in right before the race, and
Yeah, we saw your at work unboxing video there in chat. That was pretty great.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be fun." Yeah, no, awesome. I mean, even 5 minutes. That's amazing, dude. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully you get
yeah,
those dialed
that was
in.
something.
Yeah, hopefully get those dialed in. It's always fun to see. It's like Christmas every day for somebody in this server with the box openings and stuff. So many new
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah.
So many financial departments pissed off. It just hey, it
Oh
happens.
yeah.
It's all good. But thanks, Logan. Great race from you, buddy, and looking forward to tomorrow night and on to week 3.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one.
You too, buddy. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Kyle Moore, chilling in here with all the patience, listening to
Yeah.
me ramble on with all these other people. What's up, Kyle?
It's funny because I'm finishing worse compared to last season because there's just so many cars out there, but I feel like I'm doing a lot better.
I think you're doing a hell of a lot better too. I think that the position number is just a number. I think it's about how you feel. And then, and I'll take this on a tangent because that's what I do. But I find it funny. We have all of these super competitive drivers. You got people like Sean, you got people like Morgan, you got people like Jimmy, you got people like Leighton and Corey, Tiago, Ryan, Richard, all these guys that have awesome speed, and you race them, and then you feel like, oh man, I got killed. You ever go to an official session? You beat the brakes off of people because you're trying to get back up to where you're supposed to be, and you're learning so much. That's what I can't stress enough. It's training. I mean, sure, the trophies are cool. Sure, it's cool to be the poster child car. Awesome, whatever. But the learning, and from last season into this season and everything, you can really see improvement, Kyle. I mean, just like we said from Chris, you're doing so much better than you were last season so far, and we're only in week 2. I can't wait to see what you can pull off going forward.
Yeah, well, last season I think Spa of all places was the only race where I didn't have like an incident or spin, and so that's my goal this season is to try to get every race across the line without any spin or taking it to the pits or anything like that.
Awesome, man. Well, power to you. I sincerely hope you get that goal. Looks like so far so good. Pretty quiet race so far, as I see you finished qualified 24th, finished 21st in the heat race, and then started 21st obviously in the feature. Finished 22nd, fourth car, 1 lap down. So, probably more of a quieter day, I would say, for you. Or
Yeah, I was just making laps.
heck yeah.
I think I do want to apologize to Chris. I think I ran him wide in the heat, and I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to turn the thing, but I think he
Yeah.
flashed his light. He was just probably a little bit upset.
No, I think you're good. I know 2 Chris's. I'm not sure which one you're talking to, but neither of them are very quick to anger, so I think you're good.
Chris Schusler.
Oh, Schuster, yeah, you good luck making him upset. He's got that unkillable smile. Love Chris. Awesome. Silk, you got something for Kyle?
No, I love the attitude that I keep hearing from all these people. I talked to Sean and Jimmy and those guys, and I've known them for a little bit, and it's cool. They're top dogs, whatever. But the real people, in my opinion, that make the server and the leagues and stuff is the people like Chris and Kyle and some of your people that aren't necessarily the top dogs, but they're still your like your glue that holds everything together. Because without them, those top dogs are just going to be, off on an island somewhere doing their own thing. So I just want to keep encouraging you, Kyle and Chris and others, and Rashawn and all them. Just keep learning, keep getting experience, and I can't wait until whatever season it is that you guys are the top dogs, and you're now doing the same thing for somebody else who's brand new to iRacing. You know what I'm saying? So I love that attitude. I love the community, and I love the spirit. It's awesome. You guys
Yeah,
rock.
thank you guys. I won't keep y'all on too much later. I know Ben, you've talked to about 5 or 6 drivers, so I'll let you
Hey
go.
man, you guys are. This is what I do it for. I love this community. I love these drivers. We have so much fun every week. Even if I'm not the one necessarily getting in the car, I feel like I have just as much as fun as you guys up here in the booth and listening to the back and forths and the funny moments in the race and everything. It's been a blast. I mean, we're getting close to, we're a quarter of the way through now, second season, and it's like it's been like a dream to do this. I mean, the community has been amazing. We've had amazing people join. I feel like every week I meet somebody new that is just an absolute treasure to have. And I mean, Kyle, I've known you since Downshift days, where we were in the
Mhm.
street stocks and stuff like that. And now we're up here running GT3s with these guys, and you're in the Ferrari now, I think, right? And getting stuff sorted. And So
Yeah, much better than the GT, I'll have to say.
it's come a long way. Yeah, well, they need to get. I'm hoping they 2024 Ford's going to run a Mustang. I think in GT3 class in real life. So I'm hoping iRacing gets on that. I might have to put my Porsche ride on hold for that one because big Ford guy. So love to see that. But thanks, Kyle. Thanks for coming out. Super fun to have you in the booth here tonight and on track with everybody. And that is actually the end of my list. So look, I got through
All right.
everybody.
Nice.
Thanks,
Good
Ben.
job.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah, have a
Kyle.
good night.
Yeah, you too, man. Yeah, we did it. We did it. So I love those open interviews. I know it runs over so long, but if anybody can stand the craziness, it's fun. I love talking to these guys.
It's
Get a
totally
chance
worth
to
it. I
ask.
just want to on a one closing note is and I should have said this to Logan when he was on, but we're gonna be assessing all penalties to Sean for this entire race. So, just saying.
Hey, I was just say he's still in here. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's why I said it. I was like, oh, he's been muted for a minute.
Good Lord.
Uh,
Love it.
good
Hey,
stuff, man.
super fun stuff. So, quick notes before we close out. On to next week. So obviously we ran Hockenheim tonight, March 14th. Tomorrow night over on PTM Racing TV, you guys will get a shot at some New Hampshire action in the next gens. Where our field of drivers take on that. I want to say it's a mile long. I'm kind of frustrated myself that I don't know that for sure because I built the schedule. But should be a really fun track. Those cars have proved to be a lot of fun. Kansas last week was a riot. Had a few cautions towards the end, and that
A few.
pit strategy that Chantel and Coy
Oh yeah,
didn't pit, ultimately Chantel
brilliant.
getting the win. Yeah, that was so cool. So
Yeah,
really looking forward to that.
brilliant.
Looking forward to seeing um, some more familiar faces out there tomorrow night. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks everybody that came and commented, that watched. I hope you guys had fun. Drivers watching this, so Carrie, when you watch this back, because I know that's what you do when you're eating dinner. Hi, future Carrie.
Hi.
And yeah, that's really all I got. Will, thank you so much for joining me again tonight. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, I think in the coming weeks here, we've been messing around with some SDK stuff to maybe make it look a little bit nicer. As far as presentation is concerned. So looking forward to seeing more of that. Get rid of those blocky iRacing 1990 overlay boxes that consistently says that I don't have my wheel plugged in because it's in the corner. So
Right. Yeah, we'll get it sorted.
yeah, no, we totally will. But no, the comments and the chatting and everything, it's been a lot of fun. You guys are making this a riot. So super happy that we could do this. But another week down. More great racing, more great camaraderie, clean for the most part, with a couple issues here and there, but lots of just friendly racing. That's what it is here, and it's what Six Sigma is all about. We're trying to make this as accessible and approachable as we possibly can. We want people from the starting and least experienced drivers, people that are thinking about getting into it, people that aren't sure, they need a lot of help. They have a lot of questions. This community Discord is amazing. So many people are so quick to help. Admins don't even have the chance to get to the questions before some of these other members do. Everyone's so eager to help and get the experience, allowing everybody to come in and share their passion, their love for racing together. Can't stress enough. It's a great time, guys. So please, link in the description there. If you're still watching, click it, check it out. Come see what we're doing. It's a fun time here.
Okay, and where is Sean going to be practicing for next week again?
Huh?
Next week's road course is where again?
Where's Sean gonna be practicing? Oh, so
Yeah.
just the way the question was posed, I was like, huh? Let's see here. Road League. Did you eat my Road League?
I
My
was
God.
hungry.
There's the road. Okay, important info. Next week, are headed to Sebring
Oh yeah,
National
that's right.
Raceway. Will be a ton of fun. So looking forward to that. That is leading into iRacing's official Sebring as well as the IRL Sebring endurance event that happens with IMSA. So it's going to be a grand old time. I've had a lot of fun on Sebring in the car. Ran an endurance event there myself, actually with Sean, where we almost stole it. One story there, but got P2 and thought we could get first with that maniac behind the wheel. So good stuff. But hey, Sebring next week, New Hampshire tomorrow. I had fun tonight. Thanks, Will. Thanks all.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys. Have a fantastic evening. And yeah, on to week 3. Bye, all.